Hello, hello. How are people doing? You know what to do after the stream. I will send you a link. There's an official orchestra soundtrack, and on YouTube you can find the cover of it. So how are people doing? I hope people enjoyed the Pulsar Lost Colony last night. It's been a long time since I've played it, and with a full team, I think it's pretty damn fun. But yes, now we're back to Broken Sword. Now we're playing as Nico again.
My first teddy. Never had a boyfriend as loyal as him. Undisturbed. No bugs there.
Okay, so we're looking for bugs. That's what we're doing. More than likely one on the phone, I'd imagine.
There wasn't anyone that I needed to call. The phone was the obvious place to look for a bug,
Yeah.
but this handset hadn't been opened for years. Besides, they would have just bugged the line.
Okay, what about the table? Any bug there? Bugged the line.
No bug. Just a 20-year-old piece of gum.
No bug. Are you going to stand up anytime? Thank you.
It was a photograph of my father, the first one I ever took, with the first camera he ever bought me. They hadn't placed the bug on the photo.
What about the answering machine?
No messages for me.
Any bug there? I think I already found it, though. It was in this case. Or are we just checking to see if there's any more bugs?
In the dim light, I caught the reflection of something metallic. A small, sinister-looking metal disc.
Didn't we already do this?
Under my father's box. It was a bug. Oh, cher cousin.
I thought we already did this. Am I right in saying that?
You don't scare me. Espèce de...
Yeah, putting in the bin will definitely stop them from overhearing you. And then you just flush it. Don't remember, honestly. What's my inventory like? I still have that key. I was too busy studying to be a science officer on this ship.
It never had a key. The elephant on the lid was a perfect match to Cochon's.
Ah yes, and Toxie is studying to be the chief engineer.
I took out the key. I couldn't believe it. Imelda's key opened. I
have this distinct memory of seeing... Yeah, we saw this before. Why are we having to go through this again?
I felt... Well, and there was a letter. Hotel. By the time you I know and
yeah, we already listened to this. Her father was a spy for the government.
He and Imelda.
Okay. But now what? God, he takes so long to just sit fucking down. And the thing is, with the choice of difficulty for the adventure path.
I knew it was George. For a moment I was tempted to pretend that I was out. Or ask him to go away and come back later. But then... Come in. Hello, George.
Oh, now the audio gets worse, of course.
So, where did you stay last night? At McDevitt's.
Yeah, we already listened to this.
Not much. Did he... Hardly. Then... Yeah. And...
Yeah, the crystal.
Pika. Whoever... He's...
We need to get the crystal and the tripod.
I want to find out. All I've got to...
Toxie, how are you doing?
Do you want to look after the gem? No.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Asti was just saying how he was already, that he was studying for the science
There's a
officer
guy with
position.
a sword and a bull. Between them is a gem supported by a tripod.
Okay, back. Beauties are actually ahead in the league departments. Do you want to kick up the difficulty? Wonder why being a bit more powerful for a while. I think it's good in any kind of thing like that. I think it's good in the short term to
What are your
be
plans?
I want to find
to
out
be more
who,
powerful
what,
just for a
or
little bit.
where Montfaucon was. All I've got to go by is the name and a picture.
Yeah, okay.
I can't sit here all...
Okay. And
Okay,
Yeah, I thought I saved, like, here. The fun option. So it made things more difficult.
I so much wanted to talk to George about everything that had happened, but I knew I never could. My father's connection to Africa would have to remain a secret forever. His bravery would be known only to the government and to me. Revealing it would just damage his memory. People would take this before I knew.
Pardon me. Oui, monsieur? Do you know anything about the... No, sir. The it does? Yeah. You don't know. What you do? I found this gem at a medieval site in Ireland. That means nothing to me, monsieur. How did you manage to get this job? I had the right qualifications, a military manner, schoolweek issues, and an irrational hatred of children. Can you give me any further info? Certainly, that type. Oh no. Thanks. The case contained the tripod shown on the manuscript. No, monsieur. Okay.
Oh god, my microphone's been muted this entire time. I didn't realize. I'm so sorry. Why did no one tell me? I turned it off to cough and I didn't turn it back on. Why it's on the stream. Okay, let's talk to the sergeant. Maybe he knows something.
Sergeant Moo,
Yes,
have you heard of a man called Marquet?
yes. He used to be known as the Mole of Montmartre. I heard he's been hospitalized, probably by one of his rivals.
Okay, hospitalized.
Which hospital was Marquet taken to?
The Hagenmeyer Clinic. In the avenue des Hérissons.
Why was Marquet known as the Mole of Montmartre?
Because he lived in Montmartre, I suppose.
Yeah, but why the mole?
I don't know. Maybe he ruined people's lawns.
See you
Okay,
later, Sergeant.
well, we have to go to the hospital then. Hospital.
There was no sign of the crew of the ambulance.
Well, let's break into it then.
I felt a little guilty as I tried the door, like I was about to rob a grave. I gripped the handle with an involuntary tremble in my hand and pulled. The door was locked.
Okay, let's go in then.
The guy seemed to be practicing his air of authority. Today, he was working on his withering stare.
Okay, so let's see. This is a really fancy hospital. My god. Okay, let's have a chat.
Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Really? If you wish to make an appointment, see the receptionist.
I'm looking for a guy named Jacques Marquet.
In which department does he work?
He doesn't. He's a patient.
I see. You do realize there are strict policies regarding visiting hours, don't you?
This is important.
Okay.
I have to talk to Marquet urgently.
We make no exceptions to the rules.
It's a matter of
Rules.
life and death.
It's a
The
hospital.
well-oiled running of this hospital is a matter of life and death. That's why we have rules.
What is his accent?
I think I ought to warn you that Marquet is not what he seems.
Explain yourself.
He's in league with a bunch of
Aggressively
guys
German.
who want to take over the world.
Nonsense. Besides, Marquet's employers have paid in advance for one of our most exclusive private rooms.
Could you
Okay,
tell me who
interesting.
Marquet's employers are?
Certainly not.
Does the name Thomas Merlin mean anything to
Okay,
you?
let's see about that
No.
name.
It does not.
I don't think anything else is going to be
Have you
useful. I'll
ever
try
heard
the
of
Club Alamus.
Alamat?
No, sir, I have not.
Thanks for your help. The woman managed to look overworked and hassled, though she didn't appear to be doing anything.
That's a definite skill. Let's talk to the receptionist.
Excuse me,
Yes, sir?
is this the Hagen?
Why is she American?
That's correct.
I thought I was in a garden center.
Oh, the plans. They were my idea. A little greenery to evoke the spirit of nature. How may I help you?
I'm here to see Jacques Marquet.
That's an
Oh,
interesting accent
yes.
to find here in
Are you
Paris.
related to our client, sir?
Yeah, I'm his long-lost brother.
A brother half his age with a different name and an American accent.
Yeah, people always say that. I blame Mom. We were separated at an early age, after a mix-up in the nursery at the Oakland shopping mall.
I've never heard anything so ridiculous in all my life.
I guess
Blame Mom.
not. So, do I get to see Marquet before the funeral?
That attitude will get you nowhere. My instructions were quite clear. No one gets to see Marquet. So unless you can prove you're a relative or a close acquaintance, you're wasting your time here.
This hospital is very fancy. That's what I was saying.
Has Marquet been visited by a man in a clown costume?
Oh, no.
You haven't seen a man in disguise?
Well,
The way to cause a
there's
lawsuit, though.
Theodore
Oh, hells yeah.
there. He comes every Thursday to entertain the children. Personally, I think he scares them half to death in that crummy old bear suit. If I was stuck on my back with tubes in every orifice, he's the last person I'd want to see.
Look at this ID pass.
Oh god, that's...
So you're Merlin.
That's a volume
Marquet's been
difference.
asking for you.
For me?
Yes. He was shouting your name when they brought him in here.
Why the
Now,
sudden
let
volume?
me
Look.
see.
Multipass?
He was on Ward B12, as I recall. Oh, he's being transferred to... Oh, dear. He's on Ward J2. That's Nurse Grendel's ward.
Hey, who the fuck
What's
is
so
Nurse
bad
Grendel?
about Nurse Grendel?
She runs that ward like a South American prison.
Keeping a
Your Oyster
well-disciplined
card, sir.
ward isn't a crime, is it?
Well disciplined. In the discipline and punishment stakes, she'd whip the butt off the Marquis de Sade. Everything, I mean everything, is done to a strict routine. 6 o'clock alarm call, 6:10 bowel movements, and woe betide anyone who doesn't have a result. Those patients of hers are like Pavlova's dogs.
She sounds like a real nightmare.
And then some.
If Nurse Grendel is that bad, how come the authorities tolerate her?
She's like part of the furniture.
I was beginning to get the picture. This woman was jealous, with a big green capital J. How do
Okay.
I find Nurse Grendel's ward?
Down the corridor on the left, turn right at the senior consultant's washroom. Right again at the executive coffee lounge. Bear left past the administrator's sauna.
Administrator
and turn left
sauna.
at the end. That's J2. And good luck.
Thanks for your help, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Okay. And I go down the right corridor, though. Seems
As
like I
turned
can.
the corner, I saw the source of the hellish noise which echoed through the corridors. It was an industrial polishing machine with an odd-looking guy in tow. He looked blissfully happy, for no apparent reason.
Okay. How are you, sir?
Hello.
What's that?
I said hello.
Oh, hiya.
I'd like to
The
talk to you
fuck?
for a minute.
That's what I thought you said. Don't look so down in the mouth. No matter how bad things
What the fuck
seem,
kind
I
of
never
English
let
accent
life
is
get
this?
on top of me.
Oh, yeah? What's your secret?
Why, it's easy. All you have to do is smile and whistle this little tune.
Yeah,
You know
exactly. Oi, oi,
If you
governor.
start whistling, I'll bust you in the teeth.
Wow, way to go to violence, George.
It's a deal.
Do you know where I'd find a patient called Marquet?
No, I'm not allowed on the wards with Mr. Shiny.
Have you seen any unsavory characters lurking about in the corridors?
No, sir, I haven't. But I've got nothing to worry about. What's that, Mr. Shiny? You'd take good care of the rascals, I'll bet you would. With a friend like him, I've no fear of oppressors.
It must be a great comfort.
He
Okay.
is.
Would Mr. Shiny be your polishing machine
Do we have to use
by
that?
any chance?
For some reason?
Please, don't call him that. He's more of a friend than a machine. I've had Mr. Shiny for 3 years, and he's never let me down once.
Okay, Tenderbat's gonna have to unplug it so I can get into this room. It's
How
gonna stop
come
me
you
from
got
getting
so
in there.
attached to a polishing machine?
That's
I
what I'm
asked you not
thinking.
to call him that. He's got a name, you know.
Yeah, Mr. Shiny. It's just that...
You think it's odd, don't you? I don't mind. The rest of the staff think I'm twisted. I heard them snorking behind me back when I gave Mr. Shiny his weekly pull through.
Okay.
Do you recognize this pass?
Look at this photo
No,
pass.
I don't. Should I?
No, but I wondered if you'd seen a stranger flashing it about.
No, sir. But if I had, Mr. Shiny would take care of him.
See you
Okay,
later.
bye.
Yeah, take care now.
If I try to get in here, he's gonna stop me, Tenderbats.
Hey
Yep.
now, you can't go in there.
How come?
I'm responsible for the contents of that cupboard.
Yep, so I'm gonna have to unplug Mr. Shiny and then go into the room.
As I tugged the plug out of the socket, the polishing machine coughed, spluttered, and died.
Mr. Shiny, what's wrong, pal?
Okay, once he's out of... George! Get into the fucking room! Why couldn't I get in as he was going around the first time? Great, now I'm pretending to be a doctor. Okay, there we go. Another quite serious law broken. Oh, there's Nurse Grendel.
Good afternoon, Doctor.
Oh, hi. Is this Ward J2?
Yes, sir. The patients are ready for your inspection, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse.
You'll need this, Doctor.
She gave me a long, narrow metal box.
You have to
and
play
a
Mystery of the
stunning
Druids.
smile.
We'll
Thanks.
see.
Could you take a look at the client in bed number 3 now? His name is Eric Sopmarsh.
Do you have a patient named Marquet on this ward?
You break so many laws.
He is in the
I think
private room at the end of the
every
ward.
point and
He's
click
been placed in
like
strict
this, you break
isolation.
laws.
Why is Marquet in quarantine?
If you wish to know more, you'll have to speak to Herr Hagenmeyer. All I know is that Marquet's room is strictly out of bounds.
Do you know who paid for Marquet's room?
No, of course I don't.
Preferential treatment like that must cost an arm and a leg.
That's not my concern, monsieur.
Thank you, nurse.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Okay.
This guy didn't look sick to me. He didn't have
Mr. American Lawyer's been committing crimes all over
Certainly
Paris.
didn't have a fever.
Hello there.
Hello? Anybody home?
Who are you?
My name is Dr. Stobart, and I'm here to steer you down the rocky road to recovery.
Dr. Monroe said there was no cure for what I had got.
Your problem is you stayed in bed too long.
Are
Really?
you sure you're a qualified doctor?
Very good
You
question.
better believe it. I'm going to take your blood pressure.
Why?
I'm a doctor. It's my job.
Turns out that John Armour at the beginning is correct. He is guilty.
Seems fine to me.
You're not doing it right.
What's your impression of Nurse Grendel?
She's a very efficient young woman.
Efficient? You make her sound like a vacuum cleaner.
I've no complaints.
Okay, that sounded a bit strange. Anyways, let's
the
keep
woman at
asking.
reception described Nurse Grendel as a monster.
Well, that's simply not true. She's quite strict, but that's her job, isn't it? You've got to have discipline in a place like this.
Those beds also look somewhat uncomfortable. Other rooms have no fucking door to separate them from the corridors, huh? Well, why would they? Why would you need doors to separate them? Doors just get in the way.
What can you tell me about Marquet?
He's the man in the private room.
His face is fucked.
That
It's a
room was mine
museum.
before I was tossed out like a common squatter.
Yeah, this place clearly was a museum before it was
Do you
a
know what's
hospital.
wrong with Marquet?
They won't even say what's wrong with me. Tell me, Doctor, what's your opinion?
It's too early to say.
But I've been here for 3 months.
Oh, wow.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, Doctor. Who is it?
A cold-blooded killer.
Okay, you don't actually have to say that.
I'll come back later.
Do I have to talk to her again or something?
Pardon me, nurse.
Oui, monsieur?
Do you have any clowns on the ward?
Why, yes, we do. A professional clown.
I'll bet he lightens the place up.
Hardly. Monsieur Boissy has been in a coma for
Boissy?
the last 3 months.
Boissy?
Thank you, nurse.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Okay, let's... I'm waiting for chat to
Doctor?
make jokes. Oh god, what? No, B-O-I-S-S-Y.
What is it?
You haven't taken my blood pressure.
Okay, he's not doing it right.
Seems fine to me.
You're not doing it right.
Of course I am.
No, you're not. Dr. Monroe never did it like that.
I can't take a satisfactory reading while you're excited like this. I'll come back later.
Maybe I have to talk to her about doing it?
Pardon me, nurse.
Oui, monsieur.
What is this?
It's for taking the patient's blood pressure,
Yeah, if
doctor.
if a doctor walks up to you, like, holds up a blood pressure cuff and says,
Thank you, nurse.
"What is
Au
this
revoir,
thing?"
monsieur.
How quickly do you call the police?
Hello.
Oh, hi! No whistling, right?
Right. See
Okay,
you later.
Yeah.
I'm telling him it's an it's an anal. Well, you just put it in, and then you start pressing the blood pressure cuff. No, I didn't want to go back here. I wanted to talk to this guy.
Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Yes, sir? Pleased to meet you, sir.
Call me George if you like.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's my name.
My name's Benoit, but everyone calls me Bunny.
Bunny?
That's right. I used to have this cute habit when I was a kid.
Keep it to yourself, Benoit. Do you know anything about a patient named Marquet?
Oh god, Nintendo Brats, he's a new
No, I
doctor
don't know
that
much
doesn't
about
know
any of
that
the
George
patients.
isn't a
I've
doctor.
never met a doctor who admits that he's only human.
I'm only a trainee, sir. I'm sure
Yeah,
I'll
I
get
thought
the
so.
hang of things.
Do you know the nurse on Ward J2?
No, monsieur. This is my first day here.
He started
I can't
reading a
wait
weird
to get
ass
my
novel.
hands dirty. I was talking about
Why would
touching
you read?
my
Why would you read a
patient,
good
doctor.
ass
I
novel?
didn't mean to get my hands dirty with a nurse.
Shut up, Benoit.
Okay, sir.
Here, take this pressure gauge.
Thank you, sir. What do you want me to do with it?
Well, keep it safe until I think of something. See you later.
Right.
Do I talk to him?
Excuse me, sir.
Aha! Just the man.
Analysts are
You
comforted in a
must
system meter
be
shoving
the
him up
new
and calling when it ruptures.
Yeah, I must be.
Well, stop wandering about and make yourself useful. Bernie, come here, boy. This is Benoit, my nephew. Can I trust you to look after him? He's
Yes.
fresh out of medical school.
Either the rectum
Open
or
his
the
eyes to
device.
see a real doctor on the job.
I'll bet.
I'm
Sure
assuming
you
you are a
Didn't
consultant
see
here.
some real suffering.
How do you not know that George is the same guy that talked to you earlier about wanting to see a patient? Now he's just standing there. Do I have to talk to Benoit now? Oh no. He's probably on the ward. Yep, there he is.
Hey, Benoit.
Yes, sir?
Do you still have that gauge I gave you?
Ah, yes. What do you want me to do with it?
Use it on Eric Sopmarsh.
Okay.
Easy way to save animation. Are you done? Or are you just going to stay there while I walk past you? You're going to stay there while I walk past you? Hey look, it's a gendarme.
I'm Dr. Stobart.
Bonjour, docteur.
Have you heard of a guy called Marquet?
He's in quarantine, doc. Right behind
Look,
this
Adorosity.
Marquet.
Already is about a young
just
noble
the
lady who's
man
forced to
I
marry a
wanted to
beast.
see.
If she turns into a pet.
If I was you.
That sounds like a range of kinks, all in a book.
Anthrax.
A wooden door. To hold in someone who was anthrax. And pushing it with your
I have
hand.
to visit my patient.
It's low enough to use your foot.
Routine. I have to check he's still breathing.
What if he's not?
I'll sign the certificate and register his bed as vacant.
That's a cold and distant attitude to death.
Well, I've been institutionalized to the point of godlike aloofness.
The white
Fair.
coat suits you.
Thanks. Catch you later, officer.
Au revoir, doc.
He looks beat the fuck up.
Marquet?
Yes, I am Marquet. I've been expecting you.
You have?
Well, what are you waiting for?
Another chandelier.
It over with.
I just want to know what I should do with the gem.
The Lahmar gem.
Also,
Yeah,
why
right here
are
in
the
my pocket.
curtains around in a quarantine room?
I thought you were one of the assassins.
Not me. I never inhaled.
So, you were sent in my place.
Butt push.
Yeah. You could hardly make the trip to Ireland in your condition. What should I do with the gem?
Deliver it to the Grand Master quickly.
I think Pathfinder can listen in.
Him that I have found the tripod right here in Paris.
What, you have it?
Not yet, but it's being taken care of. I hired a
The
couple
tooth
of
guy is outside the
sketches
hotel.
with a flair for petty crime.
Would that be Flap and Guido by any chance?
You know them as for Klausner.
Syria.
He has gone off to Syria on a wild goose chase.
They have geese in Syria?
He has a theory about the location of the... That's enough excitement for one day, Monsieur Marquet. What are you doing here?
And I guess
Talking to
he's
this
the
patient, of
assassin.
course.
Monsieur Marquet is my patient. If Herr Hagenmeyer was to hear that...
Okay, I'm going. I'd learned all I could from Marquet anyhow.
Ah, there you are, sir. I was just coming to look for you. I finished with your pressure gauge.
Thanks, Bunny.
What's that noise? It sounds as if someone's having a cardiac arrest.
It's all right. The doctor's in there with him.
Are you sure he was a doctor?
Oui, monsieur. He showed me his ID. It was Dr. Braille.
There's no
Dr. Braille.
Braille working here.
He's an imposter! The door's locked. Help me, officer.
Stand back, monsieur.
Oh, he has a gun. He actually shot the lock. And out the window. Yep, he's dead. Code
Hello,
Silver.
George.
I found Jacques Marquet.
Did he talk?
Yeah, he talked. For the very last time.
He's dead.
Yeah, killed in cold blood by a bogus doctor.
That's despicable. What kind of guy would pass himself off as a doctor and take advantage of a dying man? Was it Khan?
No, I don't know who he was, but it certainly wasn't Khan. He got away, out the window.
The fuck? Code Silver means active shooter in hospital. Interesting. Although, would it be Code Silver because it's... I don't know, it's an officer doing it to open a door. I don't know.
Have you ever heard of the Hashiashin?
No.
Marquet said that they were his biggest enemy.
His biggest enemy was the bogus doctor.
Don't remind me. That guy was evil. He had wild, staring eyes like a dead fish. I'll never trust a doctor again. Do you think the assassin was responsible for killing Marquet?
I don't think so. He could have finished him off the first time. Besides, Marquet would have recognized him.
He was pumped to the gills with sedatives. He wouldn't have recognized the four horsemen of the apocalypse.
What's Code Yellow?
Introduced themselves. No. Let's take another.
I guess we're gonna have to look at this. Yeah, everything's looking the same.
I guess I'd better go back and talk to that weirdo.
Which one, Rousseau or Sergeant Mou? Oh, but you're referring to Andre.
I'll let you work it out.
You haven't talked to Andre yet. How do you know he's a weirdo? I'm guessing, though, that means he's here. Let's drop a save. Yep, there's Andre. Disaster prep.
I beg your pardon. Are you Andre Lobineau?
Look at this guy.
You want my autograph?
No, I was told you may be able to help me.
Help?
My name is George Stobart. I'd like your professional opinion.
Well, okay, shoot.
So speaking of that, not sure if people outside of Ireland would have heard this, but there, decades ago, there was a fire at a disco on Valentine's Day, the Stardust disaster, and one of the nurses that my mum studied with, her first week as a nurse, Stardust happened, and she was, I think, one of the 2 or 3 hospitals that had to handle the emergency. She was put on triage at the front door. So, like, her first week, she had to handle that. Triage duty? Yeah, let me just look up for a second. Stardust disaster. Yeah, so 48 deaths. And she had to do triage on the burn victims and the trample victims that came in her first week. And from what my mother has said, ever since then, nothing could faze her in the hospital.
Does the name Montfaucon mean anything to you?
Sure, it was the most grisly spectacle in Paris until the Revolution.
A public toilet?
Montfaucon was the place of execution for many thousands. A dark temple of death, with row upon row of arches, each one framing a grim exhibit. Scores of rotting corpses swung on creaking rope, while the crows devoured their flesh.
That explains the image of the hanged man. I found a reference to Montfaucon in Ireland, in a village called Lochmarn.
Lochman. That's where Pegram was digging.
That's right. He'd left the excavation before I arrived. Do you know
Okay, let's talk
Pegram
about
well?
Pegram.
Not really. I met him at a conference. I would have liked to talk to him in depth, but I didn't have time.
When was this?
Oh, back in the summer, July, I think.
I'd like
Okay.
your opinion on a medieval manuscript.
Vraiment? Do you have it with you?
No, it's too fragile. And besides, there are certain people who'd stop at nothing to get their hands on it.
Intriguing. Do you have a copy of the text?
There isn't much, only a few Latin phrases. I was kind of hoping you'd help decipher the pictures.
Without seeing the manuscript, that's a tall order.
Just tell me one thing. What does the image of two men riding on the same horse suggest to you?
The Knights Templar. Does the Templar seal appear on this manuscript? I'd love to see that for myself.
What was I going to say? What
The
was I going to say?
manuscript is being looked after by a friend.
In Paris?
Yeah, not far from here, in fact.
Well, just give me the address and I'll come round and take a look.
I'm not so sure about that.
Are you not so
Maybe
sure,
I should
George?
check with her first.
A female friend?
Yeah, she's a woman. This friend who has the manuscript,
Ah oui, the anonymous girlfriend.
she lives at 361 Rue Jarry.
Ah, I know it well. I'll drop by. Just as soon as I can.
And now he sounds creepy.
Can you tell me anything about the Knights Templar?
I sure can, Georgie. Soldiers, diplomats, mercenaries, monks, bankers, you name it, the Templars fit the bill. The greatest fighting force in Christendom, the militia of Christ.
Jeez. How did the Templars get their name?
From the building in which they set up their headquarters. The King of Jerusalem gave them part of a mosque on the Temple Mount. It was said to have been the site of the original Temple of Solomon. The order became known first as the Knights of the Temple, and later as the Knights Templar.
You're a mine of information, Andre.
Glad to be of help, Georgie.
How come the
Okay.
Templars became so wealthy?
There was a constant stream of new recruits to their ranks, many from noble families. They were required to swear a sacred oath of poverty, chastity, and obedience. So, their money, goods, and lands were donated to the order. The Templars soon held land in France, Scotland, England, Spain, most of Europe, in fact. The poor Knights of Christ became the wealthiest power in Christendom.
Interesting.
Is it true the treasure of the Knights Templar was never found?
Ah, who knows? So little knowledge of what really happened remains. Or if it does, the truth has never been made public.
What do you mean by that?
The Templars have attained mythological status, like the King Arthur of the Britons. There are people even now who say the Templars still exist.
Do you think that's likely?
No, not for a minute.
Yeah, well, I think we're probably facing them. Who
I
knows?
think you ought to know that the tripod is going to be stolen.
The Lochman tripod? No.
It's true. I can give you a description of the thieves.
Before the supposed event has taken place?
I heard them planning the raid.
They're wasting their time. The tripod is protected by a state-of-the-art alarm system.
Well, don't say I didn't warn you. Why don't you loan the tripod to me for safekeeping?
Yeah, sure.
Because I'd never see it again.
But don't you trust me?
It's not a question of trust, George. That tripod is hundreds of years old and extremely fragile.
I get your point.
So yeah, who, let's say you go, you know what, I want to take a 2-week holiday, and I'm going to go to Paris. I want to stay in Paris for 2 weeks for my holiday. And then you get sucked into an international conspiracy on your holiday. Who would just nope the fuck out, and who would actually continue with it?
Have you ever heard of the Hashashin?
Happens to you every
Why,
time.
yes, it was a radical Muslim sect whose name became synonymous with murder. It was formed in 11th century Persia, shortly before the Crusades.
At roughly the same time as the Templars.
Yes, they gave a new word to our language. Assassini, the assassins.
How did the assassins get their name?
From the legend surrounding the secrets of their initiation rites. A young man who sought to join the sect was given hashish until he drifted into dreams. He awoke to find himself in a fabulous garden with everything he could wish for. The freshest water, the most delicious food, the choicest hash, and the most delectable women imaginable.
Cool.
The internet man said he couldn't find any issues on the internet. Now I'm mad. And here to take refreshers on the streamer who I've developed a parasocial relationship
Wouldn't you
with.
just know it?
The young man would wake the next day to
I have
find
no idea what
himself back in the
parasocial
real
relationship
world.
means.
He was told that he'd been given a glimpse of the heaven reserved for holy martyrs. A heaven he would enjoy for eternity.
One-sided? I don't think it's
He was
one-sided.
willing to join the Hashashin.
How did the assassins operate?
Well,
But how are you doing,
as I
Maple?
explained,
Glad to see you
the
here.
new recruits would
Or should I say
only
Mr.
too willing
Maple?
to die for the cause. They'd be instructed in the use of the dagger, poisons, and disguise. Then, the Grand Master of the sect would name an enemy of Allah.
Those
And
streamers
they'd
never
stop
met
at
them.
nothing to eliminate that enemy.
You got it.
Hey, I
They
mean,
were
we've
fearless
played together. That's
and
different.
deadly.
Does the cult of the assassins still exist?
Take a look around at the world today. You tell me.
Where was the site of Montfaucon?
To the northeast, near the Canal Saint-Martin, but there's nothing there now. The old gibbet was torn down during the Revolution.
What do you make of this?
It's the biggest gemstone I've ever
Section
seen.
of an anonymous member of the
Where
crowd
did
and celebrity
you
they're
get it?
projecting into. Okay.
From Professor Peagram's messenger boy.
Did
And I love you
Grant
too,
find
random
this on his
citizen.
dig?
Yeah, the site where this was found was a Templar castle. Do you think it could be part of the Templar treasure?
No, I shouldn't think so. You're not one of those crazies who think the Templars still exist, are you?
Well, I try to keep an open mind on the matter.
Ryan is trying to discuss Starfleet starship design. We do follower goal and see that. Yes. Yes, so we are in February now, and my goal is to get another 10 followers in February. We shall see how it goes.
Does the guy in this photograph look familiar to you?
No.
Okay, sorry, back now. Okay. Well, Club
Does the
Alamut.
matchbook mean anything to you?
Alamut is the name of the place where the Hashashin were based.
There we go.
Where is it?
Somewhere in what used to be called Persia. I'm not too hot on modern geography, I'm afraid. The most recent map I have shows America as an English colony.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
I guess I still have to do other things first. Let's go to Montfaucon.
I once read a list of low-stress jobs. It didn't include police work. Obviously, this guy hadn't read the same list. Excuse me, officer. What do you know about the Knights Templar?
Les Templiers. Only that they were excommunicated in 1312 and hanged in their dozens within this very square.
Boy,
Interesting voice
they
line.
teach in the police academy these days.
No, monsieur. I read it on that board over there.
Shouldn't you be off directing traffic or something?
You have seen the Parisian traffic, no?
Yeah, so?
I could direct the traffic. The most dangerous, the east side of Rome. Or I can sit here and enjoy the sun, the architecture, and the Sauvignon. Which
That's a
would
good line.
look
So
good?
Sauvignon.
Yeah, but I'm not a policeman. What happened to duty?
An excellent question, monsieur.
Have you seen this man?
before?
No. Who is it?
I believe him to be an international assassin.
Duty.
Oh, is that all you can say? Oh.
I did wonder if I should say that I believe you to be an international paranoiac, but it didn't seem polite.
Alrighty.
Does this red nose mean anything to you?
Aha! A prosthetic nose. Very significant.
It is?
No, I am just having a little joke.
I'll see you around.
Oui, monsieur. I'll be there.
Yeah, that's drawn differently.
In the middle of the square was a manhole. I wondered if there might be something relevant beneath street level.
Well, time to use the manhole opener.
Hey, you. What do you think you are doing? Leave that cover alone. Now.
Sorry, no harm intended.
You stay away from that.
Okay, so I won't be able to get in there while he's looking at it. Gotcha.
In French, English, and German it read, in 1312, Pope Clement V dissolved the knightly order of the Templars and excommunicated its members on charges of heresy. In the following 2 years, many of the knights were hanged on this site. Their Grand Master, Jacques de Molay, was burnt at the stake on an island in the Seine.
Sane. Wait, do both of these lead the same place? I thought this would lead inside. Yep, they both lead the same place. Alrighty then.
A row of old pews, beautifully carved and glowing with polish. I thought of all the people who must have sat here over the decades. All those Parisian derrieres, firm buttocks of the young ladies, the flabby flesh of the old men.
No, wait for a bit. Need to organize stuff for a beach trip tomorrow. No worries, Asti.
I went back to the young ladies. Whoa! I didn't have time to sit around.
Alright then. Let's examine... Let's just wander around this church randomly and see what happens.
A knight, there in the company of his fellows. Biblical references engraved into the tomb edge to guide his way to the next world. I guess. I didn't recognize the biblical story in it. I was a Sunday school dropout.
Yeah, Sunday school always seems strange to me.
Somehow, it looked more modern than its neighbor. In comparison to its neighbor, it looked pretty plain.
Okay, let's see about these ones.
A stone knight lay in full stone armor, blank eyes looking at the ceiling. Carrying all that armor around must have been hard work. A stone knight lay at the end of a row of 4. I wondered if this guy had died in combat.
Okay, we have... Oh, well, we can use this statue.
A scroll was a symbol of scholarship. I knew that much. A scholarly knight. That rang a bell. A very Spanish bell.
Did it?
A statue of a knight holding a staff and a scroll. The statue had any secrets. It was concealing them pretty well.
Okay.
On the end of the staff was some kind of disc with a cross on it. Around the base of the disc was a hairline crack.
Okay, do I use it?
I could have just taken the end off the staff, but I wanted to be sure what I'd be getting out of vandalizing a church, other than deported.
Okay.
I could see that what had at first seemed to be a fine engraved chasing on the scroll was actually writing. Per disciplinum meum lux videbus. Sounds pretty familiar to me. Per disciplinum. A bit of a stained glass window. Wow! Hoping for a big insight while squinting through a hunk of statuary had been pretty optimistic, I guess.
Well, it's a clue to something. I just don't know what yet. So he won't touch that unless he knows what's going to happen. I don't think there's much else here. Let's check some of the other places. He's gonna stop me from going down there. New here? I would doubt it. I don't know why they keep letting me go there. Anything new at the police station? Let's talk to Mr. Sergeant.
Sergeant Moo?
Yes.
I'd like to report an assault.
Yes, monsieur? Where is the victim?
I'm the victim. I've been harassed by a pair of thugs.
I see. And where did this alleged assault take place?
Outside the Hotel Ubu. They stopped me as I was leaving and went through my pockets.
Could you describe the suspects, monsieur?
One looked like a gorilla, and the other looked like a weasel. Their names are Flap and Guido.
Bon. I'll get them this time.
I'm guessing that
See you later,
absolutely nothing
Sergeant.
happened. Can I call anyone on the phone now? Question mark. Nope. Can I go back to Nico's apartment?
Hello, Georges. Oh, by the way, I had a visit from André Lobineau.
Oh, yeah. I hope you didn't mind me giving him your address.
Not at all. It was lovely to see him again. He was over the moon when I showed him the manuscript. It's not often he gets that excited. He made a sketch of the knight's crest to take back to the museum. I believe he's identified the family who bear that crest.
I sure hope
Interesting.
so. Do you think the assassin was responsible for killing Marquet?
I don't think so. He could have finished him off the first time.
We already talked about this,
Marquet
though.
would have recognized him.
He was pumped to the gills with sedatives. He wouldn't have recognized the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse unless they'd introduced themselves. Let's take another look at the
Okay,
manuscript.
does she have any more information about the manuscript?
There's a guy between them. There's a guy.
Look there.
No,
Not
absolutely
at night
nothing
through my-
new.
There's a woman, but the...
Okay, yeah, nothing
Better
new.
get back to...
Let's go to the museum again. Has something changed in here?
Hi, André.
Hello, Georgie. Hey, I visited Nicole's apartment.
Yeah, she told me you came by.
Ooh, quite a fine Georgie boy. I didn't expect anything quite so sexy.
I hope you're referring to the manuscript.
Oui, of course.
What did you make of the
Okay.
manuscript?
It
What?
dates from the time of the Crusades.
What is the
Guess that
family
from the
crest,
Templar
though?
seal.
It's a story and pictures like a modern-day comic book.
Okay, yeah, tell
What
me more.
story does the manuscript tell?
I don't know. It was probably produced for the tourist market.
Tourists?
Oh, oui, pilgrims in their thousands on their way to Jerusalem. The tourist trade is nothing new, you know. It's been around for centuries. Ever since Joshua made a packet selling souvenir bricks from the walls of Jericho.
Have you deciphered any of the images on the manuscript?
There's very little I can be sure about. The slang of the bull could be a reference to Mithras,
Who's he?
a Persian god, almost as popular as Christ at one time. The only thing I can be
Interesting.
sure of is the knight. He's Spanish.
How can you tell that?
The writing on the shield, the reference to Ave Maria. No self-respecting knight from Northern Europe would have borne a coat of arms like that.
Okay, so where is
Can
this
you
from?
identify the knight's coat of arms?
I already did, Georgie. He's a member of the De Vasconcelos family from the Costa Calida.
Were they famous?
No, they're not mentioned after the 15th century.
Oh.
The spotlight of history moved on. They're probably long dead.
Well,
Thanks
let's
for
go
your
to
help,
Spain
Andre.
to figure it
You're
out, because
welcome.
apparently I just have the money to just randomly go to different countries in Europe whenever I want. And they mentioned Syria, so I'm probably going to have to go to Syria. Yep, let's go to Spain. Oh, that cut off quite quickly. I have a feeling the cutscenes in this game aren't necessarily working the best.
There was a crotchety old guy watering the lawn. If this garden was all his own work,
They kind
he
of
was more
shite.
capable than he looked.
Who's kind of shite? The cutscenes, or what? The cutscenes? Yeah, I think they are getting cut off
Is this
early.
the De Vasconcelos house?
Who wants to know? know.
I could tell the old coot was going to be trouble. My name's George Stobart. I was wondering whether...
The house is not open to the public.
This is the de Vasconcellos house.
And what business is that of yours, senor?
Look, all I want is to speak to the head of the household.
There is no household. Only the Countess and myself.
Tell me about the Countess de Vasconcellos.
She doesn't receive guests. That's all you need to know.
You don't even know what I have to talk to her about.
She hasn't won the lottery, has she?
No, she hasn't won the lottery.
A more cunning man might have claimed that she had.
Oh yeah? They might have, might they?
And that more cunning man would have been kicked off the premises. The Countess doesn't do the lottery.
What do you know about the Templars?
Who wants to know?
Are you angling for a bribe or something?
You have nothing that I want, senor, except the pleasure of your absence.
The guy was obviously protecting the Countess against the whole world. But why?
Okay, interesting.
Do you recognize this man?
No.
Okay, interesting.
Do you recognize this matchbook?
I don't smoke.
This lab pass mean anything to you?
Nothing.
Okay, at least it's short and sweet.
See this gem? Men have died for it.
Do I look as if I care?
I'll be going for
Nothing.
Adios, senor.
Just start spraying George down with the hose.
I'm no student of architecture, but the little building looked old. I wondered if it was some sort of summer house.
Well, let's have a little peek over here, shall we?
There was a statue of a guy on top of the building. He looked like a knight with a spear and some sort of staff.
Okay. I mean, who would like to live on this property?
I wasn't about to go clambering on rooftops if I didn't have to.
Look, there's a Templar symbol.
From a distance, I thought it might be a summer house. Close up, I wasn't so sure.
Well, let's go inside, I suppose.
Rats. It's locked.
Well, we can't go inside, I suppose. He'll look in the window.
The house was old, but nowhere near as old as the gatehouse section.
Okay, that's informative, question mark?
The hose ran from some sort of utility room all the way to the lawn.
Can I just go inside? Tenor Batsy's gonna stop me, then I'm gonna have to turn off the water.
Hey, you.
Yeah? What is it?
You would not like it if people just wandered into your home, would you?
Well, no, I guess not.
Then show a little consideration.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, since you said no, now we're definitely going to break in. Because that's just how George works. He's a lawyer, you know. Yep. I knew that was going to be it. Why you couldn't just kink the pipe, I don't know. Like, unavowed, you fucking bird.
My hose has stopped.
Unavowed?
Yeah.
What the fuck is unavowed?
My hose never stops.
Well, I'm sorry to hear it. It's always sad when an old tradition comes to an end.
Did you have anything to do with it?
Well, I'm shocked. I'm mortified.
Oh, it's a point-and-click
How would you
adventure.
think
Interesting.
Such a thing?
Very easily, senor. Very easily. I'm going to find out why my hose has stopped. And that means going into the house. You are not, absolutely not, to go in the house. If you do go in the house, I will set the dogs on you.
So... You... Can I go in there? Nope, that's the dogs. Yeah, let's just fucking hide behind.
Hey, you. I know you are there, American. All right, you dogs, I'm coming.
Oh, that's literally what I had to do. Okay, well, I guess we're going upstairs then. Yeah, no time. Go upstairs. So you paid 3,000. So that's 2,000 for the next game on the wheel.
My name's George
And a game that... So
I'm
that means
sorry
the
to bust
next
in like
game
this.
is going to be unavowed.
Please, if you just listen a minute.
Very well. State your business, Senor Stobart.
There's been a series of murders, part of some conspiracy. Anyway, the trail led me here.
Here? There is nothing for the outside world here.
Over 600 years ago there was.
What do you mean?
This whole thing ties in somehow with the Knights Templar.
The Knights Templar.
Okay, add to cart.
They had a
Purchase for
secret
myself.
that was so important,
Continue.
they went to a lot of trouble to hide it.
Agree.
I do not see what this has
Purchase.
to do with my family.
Your family had a strong connection with the Templars, right? I believe that they have planted some clues here.
Why should I believe a complete stranger who barges into my home?
Unavowed is
Just let
downloading.
me have a look around. If I find nothing...
You'll be spending the night at the police station. Very well. Please, sit down.
Okay.
I know your family is involved with the Templars, but I don't know how.
That's what I'm
You
talking
should be
about.
asking how my family were involved, Senor Stobart. The Templars ceased to exist centuries ago. And as for the De Vasconcelos, the line dies with me.
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Okay, whatever happened, happened almost 700 years ago. So, if the Templars left any clues, they're going to be in stuff that dates back to the early 14th century.
Unavowed is downloaded.
So, what do you have around here that's early medieval?
Early medieval. Let me think. Well, the house is relatively modern, a scant 3 centuries old. Or, of course, the chess set.
That chess set is over 600 years old? It must be worth a fortune.
Indeed it is. Not that I would part with it, of course.
No, I wouldn't either. That's the sort of thing that gets handed down to your children.
He has no children, George. You just
Sorry.
said that.
Its value is less than you might think. The set is not complete. One of the pieces is a modern replacement. As to the original, it was lost a long time ago.
Nobody has any idea where it is?
No. The children had it when they were taken.
Children? What children?
All in good time, Senor Stobart.
May I examine the chess set?
Certainly. But do not move any of the pieces.
Okay, thanks. Close up, the modern piece stood out like a sore thumb. There was something else odd about the set. All of the original pieces had irregular bases.
My lady, I have to warn you, there's a... You! Why, I feed you to the dogs.
Lopez, what have I told you about feeding intruders to the dog?
Smithers,
My lady.
release the
Never
hounds.
without my permission. Senor Stobart, if I find that you're wasting my time, you will be fed to the dogs. Now, I want to show you something interesting. Follow me. Lopez, unlock the door, por favor. This is the only remaining structure on the estate contemporary with the Templars.
Nice. What is it, a summer house?
A mausoleum, Senor Stobart.
Oh.
Come with me.
Okay.
Hey, senor.
Yeah?
I do not know what you have told my lady to be shown these favors, but I do not trust you.
You've got nothing to worry about. Aren't you coming in?
No, the dead do not interest me.
If you don't
My
trust him, why are you
garden is
leaving the
feeding
Countess
me.
alone with him?
I will be there.
Wow, this is old.
It was constructed in the 13th century as the final resting place for the De Vasconcelos Templars.
It's well maintained.
These are my ancestors, and they deserve respect. I come here at least once a week to say a prayer for them.
Mind if I have a look around?
By all means.
Hanging from the ceiling was a huge yellowed candle. It looked really old and had never been lit. High up in the dome were windows. I guess they might open them to make it less stuffy in there. The mausoleum contained 5 tombs for 5 of the Knights Templar.
An empty spot.
Man-size in marble.
And what is this statue of?
A big statuette of the Virgin Mary kept an eye on the place. In front of the shrine was a lectern with a Bible on it. On removing the Bible, I found a...
Is this going to be a puzzle? This is going to be a puzzle, isn't it?
It's a checkerboard! Close up, I could see that the pattern was made up of glass squares over a checkerboard pattern.
Okay.
Now what? There was nothing to snuff. Feeling like an idiot, I put it down again.
You closed the window, you fucking tool.
I couldn't climb up there without...
You use... Nope, that didn't work. Hey, you have to talk to her or something? Maybe she'll probably light the candle?
You may ask.
Who exactly are these people?
My ancestors. These 5 men were all members of the Templars.
5 ancestors in the order. You must be very proud.
Not 5. 6.
Where's the 6th knight?
He was lost to us.
You lost an ancestor?
It is a family matter. It can have no relevance.
Well, it's connected with the curse of the De Vasconcelos, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I hope you will honor my desire not to talk about it.
Okay, well, I'll leave it for now. Is the Virgin Mary really the right person to be sharing a mausoleum with 5 knights?
You are showing your ignorance, Senor Stobart. The Templars were dedicated to the Virgin Mary.
What's the story with the glass chessboard?
Glass chessboard? Oh, the pattern on the lectern. Purely decorative, I'm sure.
There are pieces of glass missing from it.
Oh, it has been like that since I was a girl.
The gaps in the glass chessboard look awfully deliberate.
No, it is ridiculous. What possible significance can it have?
It's part of a chessboard, and the gaps are for...
Senor Stobart, you cannot mean...
This place was built for the Templars. Your chess set is as old as the Templars. It's kind of suggestive, isn't it?
So let's get the pieces.
This must be it. This is what the manuscript is pointing to.
This is extraordinary. Am I to understand that the Templars left a puzzle here? And in all of this time we failed to realize that there was a puzzle?
It was wonderful to watch the Countess change before my eyes.
Right. Well, no time for wallowing in self-pity, eh?
There she is, energy.
Senor Stobart?
Intrusive thought is now keyboard capped with a Templar skeleton.
But it ain't here, and now.
All those years of fatalism were falling away from her.
Lopez! Lopez! Put that hold down and listen!
I like this character.
My chess set. Yes, the old chess set. Now hurry! My, this is exciting, is it not?
Don't get too excited. This could be a blind alley.
Oh, I do not believe that for a moment.
It's good to see you happy.
Happy? You know, I think I am.
While we're waiting, I'd really like to know what happened here. I mean, the curse and everything?
It all began at the time of the dissolution of the Templars. Don Carlos had already left their ranks to become a scholar.
Don Carlos? Is he the guy who went missing?
Si, but he had reckoned without the local bishop. Their bishop envied us our lands and determined to use the papal edict as an excuse to destroy us. Don Carlos was on one of his scholarly journeys when the Inquisition arrived. When Don Carlos returned, it was to find his loyal manservant slain and his children gone.
They took the kids? But why?
Oh, we will never know. The bishop denied all knowledge of the children's disappearance. But witnesses had seen his men kill the servant who had been charged to protect them.
What happened to Don Carlos?
He swore he'd find his children if he had to go to the edge of the world. He put on his armor and took up his sword and shield and rode out alone. He was never seen again. Lopez, you have the pieces.
Si, my lady, as you asked.
Por favor, Senor Stobart, would you be so kind?
My lady.
Calm yourself, Lopez. I believe Senor Stobart's motives are pure.
Very well, my lady. My lady seems to trust you.
But you don't.
No, senor.
I mean, we already established that fact, didn't we?
It fits, Senor Stobart. It fits.
Working quickly, I found which pieces went into which holes.
Go to the place crafting hole, click on an alternative reveal a pattern of space. Click on any hole on the board to show you a pattern. Crafting pattern to this, drag the piece to the correct hole on the chessboard. Go back to the side. Oh, so this is fucking memory matching. Oh, yep. Yeah, I get it. Let me, thank you. Red, white, red, white. Red, white. Green, white. You. Blue, white. You. Blue, red. You. There and there.
With the red pieces in place, the square bases fit onto the white pieces. I just had to figure out where to place them.
But they only fit on the red. Interesting. No. 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 What is my goal here? Is to put pressure on the Red King? Okay, so it's only this order. So if I bring that up, that doesn't do anything. So if I... And this doesn't fit there, does it? No. Okay. No, that doesn't work. No.
Bingo! I mean...
Oh, I can actually put it on the white spaces in the middle line. Okay.
Senor Stobart, look!
What is that? It's not the Holy Grail, is it?
No, Senor Stobart. It is the communion chalice of the De Vasconcelos, missing for almost 700 years.
Wow. Well, go on.
I cannot. I can hardly
That's just my
believe
cup.
it is real.
Go ahead. Live a little.
Are you sure? This is your moment of triumph, Senor Stobart.
Look, 700 years old.
Sure, I'm sure.
Yeah, she put the cup there in the first place.
The possibility of death traps only occurred to me a few days later.
Yep.
So the curse of the De Vasconcelos is lifted?
Oh no. The Countess was thrilled to find the lost chalice. But there's still the riddle of the missing knight.
Well, you can forget about that now and get back to finding the Templars' secret.
Well, obviously it's connected, fucking
Actually,
Nico.
I promised the Countess I'd find Don Carlos.
You what?
Why would
I
you
can
do such a
explain
stupid thing?
everything.
You have got the odds for a withered old Spanish aristocrat?
The Countess entrusted me with the chalice and the quest for her ancestor's tomb.
You're as crazy as she is. Haven't you got enough problems? Khan and the Templars?
It's all part of the same thing. The chalice is important, I'm sure. The manuscript pointed us to the knight, and I have to find him.
What then?
I don't know. But when the knight and the chalice are reunited, maybe I will.
Okay,
Is
anything
there
new?
something going on between you and Labano?
Fucking
What
George.
business is it of yours? We agreed all this. The clown, the Templars, strictly business, remember?
Yeah, but
So get off my case.
do you think the assassin was...
I don't think... Besides,
We already
he
talked
would-
about this.
This is the chalice.
Big
I
old cup.
still can't figure out
Where's
why
he crazy?
the
Trying
Countess
to-
gave it to you.
We're
After
Glock in a
losing
box
it
of
for all
9
these
mil.
years, she simply gave it away to a total stranger. She's one prawn short of a paella.
The Countess is a fine lady. You shouldn't compare her with seafood.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's something going on between you and that Countess.
Are you serious? She's old enough to be my grandmother. I'd better get...
Okay, let's head back out. Let's go back to... Let's go back to the museum and see what Labano has to say about the chalice. Maybe he'll have
Hi,
some
Andre.
extra things about it.
Hello, Georgie.
And so's Bird, but I'm sure out there someone wants a fling with him. I mean, I am the forever alone bird. I am unwanted by all, yet here I am. Here, for the grace of God, go I.
What do you make of this cup, Andre? It's a 14th century communion vessel. Spanish, probably.
Okay,
Thanks
that's
for your
it.
help, Andre. You're welcome.
That beak game's strong, though. Yeah, but you see, no one... But no one wants the beak, that's the thing. What that beak do? It catches fish.
A knight. There in biblical realm, I guess.
Are one of these knights, Don Carlos?
A stone knight lay in full stone, carrying all that. A stone. I want.
That's different to the rest.
A scroll was a scholar. On the end of the, around the. Well, but I want other than. Per dis. A bit of a stained glass, hoping for a bit, had been.
Do I put the gem in here? Does that modify it? No, okay. Guess nothing really here. Hmm.
Excuse. I'll see you around.
Nothing really. I just get rid of him somehow. Yeah, that's Montfaucon. That's the museum. Police station. What the fuck are we getting for a joint art piece? I don't know. I was hoping you'd know.
Sergeant Moo.
Yes.
See you later.
No. Anyone on the phone I can call? No. What am I missing? Cafe. Montfaucon. What am I meant to do? Anyone have any ideas? Soulless. Soulless isn't soul. Nothing but soulless. Oh god, is that going to be the no. No. The art piece will be... It has to be a Montfaucon. The art piece is going to be very much safe for work.
Officer. What do you know about the Knights Templar?
Les Templiers. Only that they were excommunicated in 1312. And
Anything new?
No.
No.
Shouldn't you be...
You have...
Yeah?
No,
Yeah.
nothing.
What does this chalice suggest?
Wine.
Okay.
Look at this.
Cut glass.
No, it's not. It's for...
What kind of
So, either... I didn't like to think about that.
Okay.
I'll see you
It's
around.
nothing really. Or anything? What am I missing? Do I have to do I have to keep talking to him about everything? Is there some random object that I have in my inventory that will just trigger
Hello, Ted.
something?
Hello.
Do you know...
Aha! You Americans with your notorious nose.
Somebody shows him cocaine and he just laughs it
I
off.
read Hollywood Wives. I know all about it.
If you tried to sniff this stuff, you'd wall up your nostrils. It's plaster of Paris.
It is. Thank heaven. For one awful moment, I thought I might actually have to arrest
Nothing personal,
somebody.
kids. That should take care of it.
Oh, the paperwork. You have no idea.
Does this...
Ah,
It is.
no.
What do you make...
Delightful. Would you like...
Hell no.
Then please put yours away.
Would you like to... I stopped my electrocuting a cop would not have been smart. They'd rebuild the Bastille just so they could throw me in and throw away the key. Do you know what...
It's as...
Okay, anything?
The pattern looks...
Middle Eastern, we're gonna go to the Middle
Take a look at-
East.
Ah,
I'll see you around.
Electrician.
we...
Can I try opening it now?
Hey,
No.
you...
Okay. So no. Colsta, how are you? You're here? That's good. You've been sexualizing Solus? I'm sorry. Hello, fellow human. Colsta, human, yes. Colsta is definitely not a small bird. I'm going to exhaust conversations with everybody of note.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie.
Do you...
No. Take a look. It really does.
Yeah.
What is this?
Nothing.
Yeah,
I'd
it's
like to
nothing.
Not now.
What do you...
Interest.
From a dig in Paris.
Vraiment? I didn't.
What do you make of this ID card?
Nothing.
Thanks for your help,
That's
Andre.
nothing.
You're welcome.
There's something I didn't talk to Nico about.
Hello, George.
He's playing the funny dating game. What funny dating game?
Just how long?
Andre? He helped me out when I was
Oh.
a fresh air. Showed me around, that sort of thing.
You never told me that before. I thought he was just a working acquaintance.
So he is. I rarely see him these days. You know, he hasn't changed much. A little lesser at the front, perhaps. I'd forgotten how much fun he could be.
Let's take a...
God
There's
damn
a...
it.
There, but the... Do you think the assassin...
I don't.
No, we
think
already
he
know
would-
it's not this.
Do you want this...
No,
Hatful
you keep
boyfriend?
I
I showed you the...
Yeah.
Hey, Nico!
Not.
This is the tool.
It's fucking fun
Yeah.
second sewer key.
Did I show you...
Huh?
Yeah.
I'd better get back...
Okay, so that's nothing. This, does he have anything to say? Maple, stop being fucking weird in my chat. No, the weirder you are in chat, the more active
Yes.
chat is. The more active chat is, the better the algorithm puts me
What do
on
you think of
Twitch.
this chalice,
What you
Sergeant?
think of that, Maple?
Not much.
It's over 600 years old.
It looks it. I wouldn't drink from that rusty old thing if I was you.
I'd like to...
Yes, Mr.
Oh, this thing
I-
again.
Out, they stopped.
Could-
One looked like their name...
Oh,
The Maple.
Did I show you this photograph,
This is Spike, so
Sergeant?
pre-original
Yes, monsieur.
series.
Are you...
don't.
Do you...
I told
Would you like...
you not while I'm.
Did I...
Yes, Miss.
Does this...
That's a double-line Swedish with a crosshatch Bergman strike strip. Now, that's unusual. Pre-war Anderson hinging.
Really?
I haven't seen a reinforced Anderson outside of a private collection.
It's rare then?
In this part of the world, yes. There are only 3 places these are made. Taiwan, Manila, and Slough.
No way. See you later, Sergeant.
Nothing. Let me try Montfaucon again.
Does this red... It is? What do you know?
Still nothing.
No, miss.
Shouldn't you... Yeah.
Which?
I'll see you around.
No. What am I getting wrong here? What is going
French,
wrong?
English and in 13 and in the they're
What is going on? What am I missing? Souls is bird, calls a small bird. Maple is maple, and Assi is space bird. Correct? No. Possibly.
They're in the biblical references in my God.
What am I missing? I want to look up a fucking guide. Actually, wait.
I didn't have...
There's one thing I didn't check. They mentioned Syria. Can we go to Syria? No. So... Yeah... Halstead is not a bird. Okay, I had a quick skim through, and apparently I did some things out of order.
Attention! Don't you think it's kind of bit dust? What's the problem? Fumes from car exhausts? Not just that, monsieur. There's a new burger bar opened up across the street. The Laughing Buffalo. So what's the problem? They cook their burgers on a charcoal grill. And the fat falls on the open flames. The amount of organic compound and smoke particles released is astounding. Since they opened, local air pollution has doubled. And it stinks like a funeral pyre. That is why I keep the windows closed.
Have to wait for him to look away or something? Okay, let's wait for him to go over to the window. There we go. Are we waiting for the break-in? I guess we are.
Already, there just aren't enough hours in the day.
More than enough for me. I can't wait to get home and put my feet up.
Eh bien, see you tomorrow.
Good night, monsieur.
Yep, it's nighttime. The front door just left fucking open.
Quit fooling around, you moron! Get your ass over here and bring that flashlight.
Then about to push this.
What the? Who's there?
Let's get out of here!
Fucking really? Okay.
And when I woke up, I was at the police station. Luckily, I managed to persuade Rosso I was innocent.
Poor Georges.
What a mess. I bungled
Yeah, he
the
fucking
whole
dropped the
thing.
thing on his own head and knocked himself out.
So, you made a pretty good job of distracting those two crooks.
Yeah, but the killer got away with the tripod.
No, he didn't. He's not the only one who can dress up in costume.
You mean it was
Fucking
you
Nico
who
was
stole
the fucking
tripod?
ninja.
Oh, hell, Nico. I could have been shot.
Those dogs are more likely to shoot their own feet.
I just wish you'd told me your plans. We're supposed to be in this together. But how come you dressed up like a pantomime cat?
Don't sulk, Georgie, please.
Oh,
It's her kink.
Rats. And don't call me Georgie.
Oh, I really thought you'd be pleased. After all, we've got the tripod.
Let's take an...
Do I have to keep doing this?
There's
Or...
between... There's... Not through... There, but... I'd better get back to the quest.
I'm just fucking yoink the tripod. No. I'm still not sure. Something to do with Montfaucon? Okay, this is different. Need to get them to go away. Will I pretend to be the clown? No.
Hey, you with the balls.
And do I just make them go away?
A red nose.
Oh, you say, whoop-de-doo.
How did you learn to be a juggler?
Juggler? What is this juggler?
It's you. You juggle, that makes you a juggler.
No,
I am a jongleur.
A jongler? What's
A
that?
fucking American. A jongler.
A jongleur is an artist, a master of the contragravitic aeroballatic mysteries. In centuries past, the courts of the crowned heads of Europe and the jongleurs,
So a juggler, yeah,
witty,
exactly.
erudite men to whom the monarchs turned in their hours of need.
Wait a minute, wait. Let me get this straight. Our enemies are at the borders, plague ravages the land, and the peasants are revolting. Thank God we've got Chuckles the Jongler to throw his balls around. I don't think so. That juggling doesn't look so difficult.
Oh, it does not, does it not? Perhaps you feel you could do better, no?
I'll give it a try.
Be my guest.
I had no idea what I was doing. But this guy was obviously an idiot, so how difficult could it be?
Yep,
A
there
lot
you
more
go.
difficult than I thought. That's how difficult. Still, it was my big chance to be derided by complete strangers.
Not so easy after all, is it?
No, I guess not.
We talk to this guy? Question mark?
Excuse me. Does this... Do
Oh,
I
a
look
clown.
like... No. Although you juggle like one. Now, if I'd known you and not...
What do you mean?
Who ever heard of a plainclothes clown?
He had a point. So you're saying that if I juggle badly with a red nose...
Okay, so I have to put the red nose
But
on
if I juggle
now.
badly without it...
You look like a pathetic loon. Oui, monsieur. You have it.
I'll see you around.
Oui,
Hi again.
Oui? What is it this time?
I'd like to have another try at juggling, please.
You have gone on a crash course, perhaps?
No. I just had an insight into presentation.
Huh?
Allow me to demonstrate. The balls, please.
Give me your balls.
Completing your humiliation, monsieur.
Okay, now for my secret weapon. The juggler was speechless with rage.
Please don't touch the juggler's
He could have
balls.
mistaken him for a mime. And without a word, he collected his balls and left in a fury.
He left one behind.
Hey! You forgot one of your balls! Hey! But he didn't hear. Better still, deprived of his entertainment, the gendarme decided maybe he ought to do some policing for a change.
And there we go. Aha! Hello, Mr. Priest.
Excuse me, Father.
Pardon?
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Not at all, monsieur. It will be my pleasure to help you.
Interesting voice.
I noticed that the stained glass window on the left looks more modern than the middle one.
You have a keen eye, monsieur. The original window was destroyed in the last war. It was as old as the church, early 14th century.
Oh, man, that's awful.
Oui, a terrible loss. Still, the church and the other windows survived.
How
Okay,
long have
how
you
about
worked
you?
here?
Hardly work, monsieur. This is a calling. I have been helping Father Flambert for nearly 6 months now.
6 months,
I
okay.
guess you don't know much about the history of this church, then.
Just a little.
You've got quite a shine on that candlestick.
Ah, oui. Anything less than best would be an insult to the Almighty.
I guess so. I never thought of it like that. What do you know about the Knights Templar?
You have come to the right place, if that is your interest. Many of them were executed in the square outside. It was a disgrace to France.
Well, the Pope was right behind it, though.
Clement V was a man of mammon, not of God.
That's kind of forthright for a priest, isn't it?
You think so? It is hard to be sure what happened. It is so...
Disgrace to France.
Do you speak Latin?
You ask this of a priest?
Okay. Can you tell me what per disciplinum meam lux videbus means?
Let me see. That would be, by my teachings, you will see the light. I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Can you
What
polish
do you make
this
of this
cup?
chalice?
It certainly looks very old.
About as old as this church, I think.
There seems to be an engraving on it.
Yeah? What does it say?
I do not know. It is very tarnished. With your permission, I could try polishing it. I promise I will be very careful.
That
Sure.
would be very good of you.
This shouldn't take very long. Feel free to look around.
Okay, so I mean I have to look at everything.
Okay, thanks. A row of old... I thought all firm... The
Yeah, we already listened to that.
Whoa!
I'm not sure that's how you polish something. You're just waving the cloth and the cup in the air.
There, biblical, I guess.
Anything else? Not really. His mouth looks super low.
It looked a lot like the statue on top of the Damascus. A coincidence? A coincidence? A scroll. A scholar. On the end, around the base. Well, but I wanted other than.
Okay, so that's nothing new.
Somehow it looked.
I already looked at that, didn't I? Did I? Didn't I? Did I? Look at this. Yes.
Somehow. I didn't recognize. In comparison,
that.
A stone carrying all. A stone.
Okay, how's
priest
the...
was still busy with the chalice.
Am I missing something?
On the. I could see
And do I look through it again? Okay, it's going to show me that thing again.
Window. Wow.
But why?
Hoping for.
What have I missed? Well, now that the policeman's gone, I could, in theory, I could, in theory, go and
I didn't have.
Go and where did you go into the sewer? Now that the officer is gone. Maybe you'll have it done by the time I get out again?
A weird little boat lay tied up. I guess they used it to get maintenance crews around. Either that or the Phantom of the Opera was somewhere near. On the boat was a winching machine.
Okay, can I use the winching machine for something? You've missed every shot you've taken. Is that a hit on me, or what? Okay, well that did that.
There were 3 arches, each
The American.
with an inscription. The wall had flaked, and anything once written on it had long since gone. There were
Yep.
The inscription was hard to read, but I made out Templier and something about innocence.
Okay.
My medieval French isn't much, but the few words I understood seemed to say, this is where the gallows used to stand. Maybe.
What's around the corner? The gallows.
The door was a handsome piece of work.
With the fucking skull in front, how discreet.
I pushed against the door, but it seemed to be locked.
Wouldn't call a skull handsome. It depends. Have you seen Papyrus?
The hook lay in a bed of chain.
Okay.
The wall had flaked. The wall seemed in very poor condition. The inscription was, I wonder...
Okay. I said he'd break it the
was
fuck
time
down.
for some brutal destruction.
Fucking smash.
Hey! That's hollow! I'd poked a hole in an historical site. If any archaeologists came by, they'd lynch me for this. There was some sort of mechanism hidden inside the wall, with a lever in the middle of it. Here goes. The secret door had jammed. I couldn't get through that gap. I'd pulled the lever right over.
Can I jimmy it open with this?
Inside
No.
the hole, I could see one of the cogs had come loose and jammed the mechanism solid.
Do I use the hook to just yank the door open? Is that the plan? Seems so. Oh, I don't even have to click the other end of it. You'll do it automatically. Push the door so a fish falls on your head, yeah. 700 more burb seed. Well, let's have a look-see.
In the beginning was
the God.
end. An end wrought by our enemies.
The audio quality. Ugh.
In the end will be a beginning. An end to our enemies heralds our new day.
Report. The military establishments are in flux. The end of the Cold War has left them with no clear goal and as obvious targets for budgetary cuts. We have successfully promoted a sense of betrayal in the upper echelons. They feel that the politicians have cast them adrift. The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
Good. Mademoiselle?
Governments are giving the corporations more respect than their own citizens. A groundswell of dissatisfaction and dissidence is growing. The corporations are becoming too large and complex for their own executives to control them. A blind belief in market forces is accelerating this trend the world over. The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
The global population's belief in those that govern it has never been lower. We have inculcated a sense of immediacy and action over forethought and planning in all the major governments. They are acting on hasty decisions that cannot be completed or revoked without appearing foolish.
They are indeed.
The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
Excellent. The tired old governments
You
are
were-
dying a slow
You retract your statement.
from their own incompetence and our machinations. Professor, where is the broken sword?
As we discussed last time, with the loss of the manuscript, our search is as a corollary hindered.
And as discussed last time, you have been furnished with a dramatically increased budget. What have you been doing with our money, Professor?
We are working on the principle that the Templars, that is to say our predecessors,
Hold on. These are the Templars?
must have left a trail when they were hiding the clues to the sword of Baphomet's location. I have a small army of historians and archaeologists ferreting out that trail.
I trust
That Dracula?
these historians
No.
and archaeologists are more trustworthy than your friend Pegram.
Pegram was loyal. He tried to protect the Lochmarn gem when the Hashashin came near.
And failed. And don't call that Syrian maniac the Hashashin. He's an assassin.
He's meant to be Eastern European.
That's not what he believes. He actually thinks.
Silence! Do I have to remind you
that we have a sacred duty, a trust. When Philippe attempted to destroy the Order, we lost the sword and our power with it. Now we have the opportunity to reforge it. But time is short. We need results, not petty bickering, not excuses. Now, Professor Baphomet.
Yes, of course, my apologies. We will find Baphomet and the sword, manuscript or no. We have already found another element actually within Paris.
Excellent. What is it?
Well, we're not exactly sure at present.
Ha!
But I have my best people working on it.
Top
you would
men.
do well not to criticize others, Eklund. At least I have not murdered one of our own.
Of course. That guy was the bogus doctor in the hospital.
Marquet was a liability. Eklund dealt with him on my orders.
I beg your pardon, Grandmaster. I did not mean to.
Have you any good news for us, Professor?
We already know 3 of the elements. We know that Klausner had obtained the lens before he vanished.
Where was he?
Syria. We know that he arrived, but after that, nothing.
The assassin.
I fear so. It's a shame. Klausner was a good operative.
This will be our last meeting in person until we locate the sword of Baphomet. I hope that I don't need to emphasize the importance of finding it. Without it, our endeavors come to nothing. With the sword reforged, we will have the power to sweep the stage of all opposition. The next time that we meet, it will be to become the princess of this world!
Wow.
Sword versus machine gun. By the way, switch to George for just a moment so we can hide the animation of them getting on the boat. The tripod.
The tripod's feet fitted neatly into the notches on the top of the stump.
The gem.
The light falling from above struck the gem and scattered in 5 neat rays.
M-A-R-I-B.
Each ray picked out a
Mara.
letter. Starting from the left, I could read M-A-R-I-B. Marib. Now all I had to do was figure out what the heck that meant.
Back in Nico's apartment.
Nico, I've seen them.
Who?
The Templars. I spied on their meeting in the catacombs.
And you saw the Knights Templar?
I saw a bunch of guys masquerading as Templars. They're after
French
something
politicians,
called
rest of the world.
the Sword of Baphomet. The bogus doctor was there. The guy who killed Marquet. The manuscript is the key, just as we thought. It shows the way to the broken sword.
It's
Whatever
the
that
name
is.
of the
And
game.
how does the assassin fit into all this?
He's out to stop them. These Neo-Templars, they're men and women in influential positions. Don't you see? Plantar was one of them. The assassin killed him for the manuscript, to stop them finding the sword.
But now we have got the manuscript.
Yes.
So, how do they hope to find the sword?
I don't know. They said something about a lens and a guy called Klausner who's
Tenebras
gone
had to
Syria,
get that
but they
lens from
didn't seem
Syria
to
and put it in the
realize
statue
the
in France.
significance of the very site of their meeting. You see, after they'd gone, I discovered a stone pedestal and a carved inscription. I set up the gem on the tripod, directly below a beam of light. The gem split the beam and lit the letters M-A-R-I-B.
Marib is a village in Syria.
How'd you
And
know
the
this?
Neo-Templars are ahead of us. Klausner beat me to it.
You're not thinking of going there yourself, are you?
Why not?
These guys are crazy and dangerous. That reminds me, you should leave the gem here.
Okay, what about the tripod?
I'll send it back to André, anonymously.
Hey.
Maybe not. Do you think I should go to Marib?
Syria is a long way, Georges.
Well, let's go to Syria. A few hours later. Okay. Hello there, young
Hey there,
boy.
young fella. Speak ye you the English?
Oh god.
Speak you the Anglais? Parlez-vous anglais?
Yes, see, and indeed we, and rather better than you by the sound of it. My name is Nijo. Welcome to my grand emporium of quality merchandise.
So, this is your stand?
Oh, yes, sir. Though stand
Get roasted,
does
Americans.
not begin to do it justice. The
Yes,
finest
Asti, we
in
are.
this bustling metropolis.
This is a bustling metropolis?
Well, not per se, no.
How much are those books there on the shelf?
Have you any Syrian pounds?
I think I might have a couple of Irish pund.
Then they're too expensive for you, sir.
You speak very good English.
Thank you, sir. I learned from tapes that my uncle procured.
Oh, a language course.
No, sir. Jeeves and Wooster.
No idea what that is.
Pink Noto. Aunt Agatha. What ho?
Does the word Templar mean anything to you?
Templar.
Hmm.
Templar.
He's a Templar.
Templar. Why, yes, of course.
It does?
Yes. A splendid series of books by Mr. Leslie Chatteris, featuring the roguish Mr. Simon Templar.
Great. That's a real help, Nijo. Anything else?
The Saint television program, featuring Mr. Roger Moore, of the quizzical eyebrow, and a stick man with a halo. Bing!
So all Templar means to you is Roger Moore.
I only watched it for the stick man with the halo. Bing! He was better animated.
So I'm correct in saying that the word Templar doesn't
Yeah,
mean
George, he doesn't know about the goddamn
There was
Templars.
the Order
Or
of Knights
he does.
who were wiped out in an Inquisition in 1312, I suppose.
That's them. What else do you know?
Just how much information do you think there is on a Trivial Pursuit card?
Oh, what?
From the medieval edition. We had it on the stand a couple of years ago. Ask me what a feuter is. Go on, I know all this stuff.
Never mind. Okay, forget about the Templars for a minute. What do you know about knights?
Like the
Oh, but I'm not a
Crusaders,
space bird. Look at me.
They came to the east on an insane and pointless mission. They sacrificed thousands of lives, including their own, for insensate pride. How anyone can find them romantic confounds me.
This plaster was very useful in Ireland.
Really? Your fund of travelers' tales never ceases to enthrall me.
Have you
Okay.
seen this man before?
No, sir, I'm glad to say. Cold eyes.
What do you make of this?
A man-sized double-ply tissue stained with Bestheimer's number 12 white pancake grease paint. Apparently.
That's a lot to
Here,
know about it.
shake hands, Nijo.
I'd rather not, sir.
Look at this. A lifting key as used by Parisian sewer workers.
Calais, Calais, sir. I must remember this day for posterity. My grandchildren will be fascinated.
What do you make of this?
Well, beyond the obvious, very little. That pattern seems very familiar, though.
Do you know the name Merlin?
I'm afraid not, old bean.
What do you think of this, eh?
Oh, sir, what a splendid plaything. One day, when I am rich, I am going to build a world-renowned collection of brightly colored balls.
Are you serious?
In deadly earnest. People will come from far and wide to see my
Yes.
collection. The Rockefellers and the Gettys can keep their hoards of so-called fine art. But answer me this. What good is a Picasso, I ask you, if you cannot bounce it off a wall?
You may have a point. Seriously, do you really think this thing's so great?
Take it away, you tempter.
I'll
We tried to make
swap
Cost a small
something
bird,
off
but he
your stand.
refused. Yeah.
Due to seasonal financial considerations, I'm afraid I cannot.
I thought you wanted this thing.
I do, sir. The stand doesn't.
Which in translation meant it's not really my stand, and I'll be in big trouble if I swap anything for something that I want myself.
Alternatively, is there any service that you require?
Not at the moment, but I'll bear it in
Kid selling
mind.
rifle? Yeah.
So long, Nijo.
And?
Toodle pip, sir.
There were some great bargains on the shelf, providing you ran a junk museum. I hadn't come all this way to seek out curios. It was the sort of bell you see in hotel receptions. Kind of unexpected here.
Is that guy wearing socks and sandals? Is that guy wearing shin-high socks and sandals? Ah, the Kyber Pass. I like the Giselle. I like I popped out for... No.
Ah, bad-tempered as well as ugly.
Okay. Goes back there when I walk away. Interesting.
How did this guy make a living selling useless old machine parts in the middle of nowhere? It was a guess, but I figured the woman to be an American tourist. Just call me Sherlock. Hello. I was wondering whether
Oh
you could
god,
help
the
me.
glasses.
Hi there, handsome.
Oh god,
What
the
can I do
accent.
for you?
Hi, my name's George. I was just...
Well, it certainly is delightful to meet you, George.
I was...
My name's Mrs. Henderson, but you can call me Pearl, I'm sure.
Okay, Pearl. I was...
So nice to meet a friendly American face so far from home.
Pearl?
Yes, dear?
I was just wondering if you could help me.
Why, sure, precious.
Have you ever heard of a group of knights called the Templars?
Sounds familiar. I remember. Dwayne had a book. The Holy Something and the Holy Something Else, I can't quite recall. I read a little of it.
And?
Seemed like a lot of hooey to me.
Oh god.
So, tell me a little about yourself, Pearl.
I'm gonna be saying oh god a lot through
Oh, a
this.
gentleman's interest is always so flattering. Well, my husband
Loads of
and I run a
Americans.
greetings card company in a cute little place called Akron in Ohio.
Ohio, tell
Cute?
tell Maple. Tell Maple his people are here. Wait, I need to where's his stream? Here's his stream. Maple, I found fellow Ohioans in the game. Muted by the way, so can't hear a response. Okay, so let's see. This is clearly happening pre-2001. Yeah, this is 96.
Is your husband around, Pearl?
Well, as a matter of fact, yes, he is. Sorry to disappoint you.
Have you talked to the boy on the bric-a-brac stand?
Oh, you
Bric-a-brac.
met him? His name's Nijo, you know. Oh, he's just so cute, I could die. I'd love to bundle him up and take him back to Ohio.
He might not thank you.
I'm looking for something ancient, you know. Something
I don't
from
like that
Rex
name.
Folk
What
back
name?
home. The poor boy was trying to do his best, but we still haven't found anything.
Nijo? I don't get it.
Do you know anything about medieval weaving?
I do a little needlework, but gosh.
It's okay. It was a long shot. I've got some plaster of Paris.
That's nice, dear.
Have you seen this man before?
No. A friend of yours?
No, not really. What do you make of this grease paint stained tissue?
Oh, it's grease paint. I thought somebody had gaudy taste in makeup.
I liked her too much to zap her with the buzzer. Do you know what this is?
Lord, no. It looks painful, though.
It's a sewer key.
Who'd want to break into a sewer?
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
You're a philomenist?
What the fuck
Don't
is
they have secret
philomenist?
handshakes?
Oh, George, now you're teasing.
Have you ever heard of anybody calling himself Merlin?
Merlin?
No, Merlin. Merlin, there's an O in there.
Moulin?
You haven't, have you?
Oh god.
No, darling. No, Moulin.
Aggressively American tourist. Too bad this is exactly what they're
What does
like.
this mean to you?
Gosh, is this some sort of psychological test?
No.
Oh, well in that case it's a red ball.
People's claim the Earth is America. Well, too bad he's wrong.
Now, Pearl.
It's been a pleasure, George.
Don't be a stranger.
The merchant was selling fruit. I decided I might have some later.
Yeah.
Hi, I was wondering whether you could help me.
Why, sure, son. Always got time for a fellow American. The name's Henderson. Dwayne Henderson.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Henderson.
Hell, boy. I'm not in the office. Call me Dwayne.
Oh, okay. Dwayne?
Dwayne
My name
The
is
Rock
George Stillborn.
Henderson.
I saw a medieval picture of a woman. Royalty or nobility, something like that. She was looking in a mirror, but the reflection was of a man with 3 faces. What do you think of that?
I think you should be in therapy.
Do you think bulls have any significance around here?
That guy's wearing
Good question,
British
George.
flag
Nope,
apron.
I don't think they have.
Do you mind if I ask you an odd question?
Okay, but I might not answer it.
Do you know anything about the Templars?
The Knights Templar?
Yep.
Nope. Nothing at all.
Well, you knew they were an order of knights.
What I know and what I say are 2 different things, boy. I haven't lasted as long as I have in this business without knowing that.
What are you on about?
This business?
Sure. The greetings card business.
Oh, please. Does the image of a knight holding a crystal ball mean anything to you?
Hell no. What would a knight want with a hunk of glass?
I don't know. That's the problem.
What's wrong, boy?
It's not a crystal ball. It all came together in my head. What the conspirators had mentioned losing. The strange perspective of the manuscript.
It's a lens.
A lens! Have you talked to Nijo?
Nijo? He's the youngster on that junk stand, right? Yeah, we've met him. He's a smart kid. Speaks 4 languages, and he's never had a day's formal education. He should go far. Kept trying to peddle garbage on us, though.
You're not going to find much worthwhile around here.
I know that, and you know that. But try telling Pearl. She reckons there's antiquities in them there stands.
Them there. Oh no. Oh no.
You're a long way from home, Dwayne.
Could say the same about you, George.
Me? Well, I'm just sightseeing, that's all.
Without a camera? Kinda lax to come all this way and not take pictures. Mind if I take a picture of you, George?
What? Why? Ow! You could have warned me.
You don't mind, do you, George? The folks back home will be real interested.
Interesting.
What exactly do you do, Dwayne?
Didn't I say? Oh, I run a greeting card company. Yep. We're based in Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland?
Pearl said you're in Akron.
What was that?
Nothing. Just thinking out loud. Where is your wife, Dwayne?
Pearl? Oh, she's around, looking for bargains.
How long have you been married, Dwayne?
Hell, must be 30 years now.
Okay, now let's go to the
Look,
items.
I've got some plaster of Paris.
Yeah, and I've got a picture of me shaking hands with George Bush. Of course, that was back in '76.
Fucking dates the game.
Have you seen this man before?
Maybe. Where'd you get it?
I just picked it up somewhere.
Sure. I'm always picking up photos of complete strangers and then asking around.
Ow! Damn it!
There. I've got another picture of a complete stranger. Maybe I'll ask around about this one.
Tissue.
What do you think of this grease paint stained tissue?
You've been hanging around with actors?
Shake hands, Dwayne.
Why?
Just being friendly.
Let's just be friendly by keeping our
This
hands
dude,
to
his vibes are
ourselves.
rancid. Yeah.
Yeah?
What do you make of this?
A manhole lifting key. So?
Hey, how come you recognize it?
Hey, how come you're carrying it?
Yeah, well, let's just drop the subject, shall we? Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Do you know the name Merlin?
Nope.
What do you think of this?
It's a ball. Big deal.
Okay, well, I'll see you around, Dwayne.
Count on it, George.
Yeah, he's fucking weird. And I clicked that too soon.
I figured going out into the countryside was a pretty good way to get lost. The stand had kebabs dangling from the canopy. As a marketing device, it lacked something. In the still air, the smell hung around like bad smells do. The stallholder's face wasn't a great ad for running a kebab stand. Hi, what's your name, sir?
Hello, you buy kebab. Most good.
What do you make of this, sir?
You buy kebab. Yum, most good.
This seems racist.
What do you think of this?
Buy kebab? Come to eat?
I'd value your opinion on this, sir.
Nah, you buy kebab. None?
I'd value your opinion.
Nah.
Okay, that's just that.
Does this mean anything to you?
No, you buy kebab.
I'd value...
Nah.
Okay, that's nothing.
What do
you buy kebab?
No.
What do you make...
You buy kebab.
Okay,
Well,
so that's nothing.
kebab. Most good.
Well, that was great. Yeah, he of course he looks suspicious, and B, that's the pattern in the matchbook.
The carpet seller had an impressive collection of wares. If I had the time and the money, I might have bought a couple of rugs. It was the pattern. I'd seen that pattern somewhere recently. The carpet seller looked craftier than the offspring of a fox and an insurance agent.
Muruba! Hello, sir!
Does this mean anything to you?
Yes, carpets, yes?
Does this mean anything to you?
Yes!
Okay, that's nothing.
What do you...
Hello, sir! Lovely carpet!
No.
Does this mean...
Yes!
No.
What do you think...
Hello, sir!
I know that's going to get me what I want, but...
Lovely!
What do you think of...
Hello, sir!
Buy his carpets, I
Does
would.
this matchbook mean anything to you?
Ah! Give to me! Give to me! Alamut!
Okay, interesting.
Many beneficent greetings, my most fortunate possible friend.
Huh? Do I know you, mister?
No, no. And again I say, no. But,
Okay.
my friend, do you not see our mutual good fortune in this meeting?
How frank do you want me to be?
You are a traveler, yes?
Boy, you must be the world's greatest detective.
No. I am told that is Sherlock Holmes of the big forehead and slipper full of shag. I, as contrast, am world's greatest luxury taxi driver.
I can see where this is going.
I am Ultar.
Ultar.
Taxi driver and luxury guide per excellent. Yes.
This I had to hear.
Where does your heart desire to go? Simply mention the name to your obedient servant, and we shall fly there, swift as the eagle.
Oh, well, I don't really want to leave Marib yet, but I'm sure that if I do, you'll be the first to know.
Is good. You know where you want to go, you come to Ultar.
Thanks. See you around, Ultar.
Be having a pleasant day, full of shining experiences and happiness, my friend.
Hello again, Ultar.
Praise be to Allah. I am blessed with your bountiful presence once more.
See if I can go through the conversation.
This place is certainly hard to find.
Oh, yes, it is most exclusive. The membership can be no more than... Kind sir, What would you guess the population of the village to be?
Gee, I don't know, a couple of thousand?
Then I would estimate the membership to be no more than a couple of thousand.
What do you make of that boy in the market, Nejo?
Nejo? Ha! Ayub's boy is too big for sandals. I speak splendid English, and he laugh. He say, Ultar, you big ox, you split infinitive. I say, I split your head if you stay still long enough. Ha 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 ha! Ho 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 ho! Pretty funny, yes?
Hilarious. You should be on cable. What do you know about the kebab seller?
A most miserable man. Ultar say, cheery up, matey mate, it might never happen. And he say, shut up, Ultar.
Fancy that.
Not at all. Arto has face like the drizzle that falls on the midweek afternoon, whatever that is.
Have you met the American couple?
Have Ultar met them? Have Ultar met them? Yes, Ultar have met them.
And?
They most ungenerous. Ultar offer to show them wonders of countryside. They say, is there anything ancient? Ultar say, yes, of course. Nature is ancient. They say, no, anything ancient made by men. And Ultar say, have you seen Taxi? Fan belt older than Ozymandias. Ha 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 ha! But
that's pretty good.
Gone.
Do you know anything about the Templars?
Of course.
Yes? What can you tell me?
Great she-bop band of the 60s.
No, that's not really...
Who put the bop in the bop, 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 bop?
Yeah, eternal questions.
Okay, now we're on to the items
What do you think
again.
of this plaster?
Not much there. Not enough to make tasteful garden gnome, for example.
How about a really small garden gnome?
Ultar not think so.
You were almost scammed by a carpet seller in Egypt. What happened?
Have you seen this man before?
Oh, most certainly. Was here only yesterday.
Here? Yesterday? My God, he's close.
Yes, he was asking a lot of questions, just like you.
What did he ask about?
He asked about American called Stoby.
Stobart?
Yes, Stobart. You know him?
The killer knew my name. What else did he ask about?
Everybody annoys us when we refuse to buy stuff. They tend to.
I tried to remember the name of the man the conspiracy had lost in Syria. Was his name Klausner?
Sure, that is what Ultar said. Klausner. I told this man in the picture, Klausner wanted to go up to Bull's Head.
Hold on, he wanted to go where?
Bull's Head. Big hill, 10 miles out of town. Maybe 60.
When was that?
Oh, maybe a week ago.
You can't handle my strongest carpet. My strongest carpets are fit for a sultan. I acquire your strongest carpet.
What does this grease paint stained tissue mean to you?
Nothing. Why? What does grease paint stained tissue mean to you?
Shake my hand, Ultar.
Ha ha! Remind me of thing that happened month ago. Maybe 6. Man come up to Ultar, say, shake hands, Ultar. But man have electric buzz thing in his hand. Ha ha! How we laughed! Then I broke his arms.
I didn't think electrocuting the big Syrian was a good idea. This is a key for lifting manhole covers.
You carry some strange stuff with you, mister.
He's a point-and-click adventure game protagonist. He carries everything.
No way. What do you think of this ball?
Is most splendid, mister.
What can you tell me about this Bull's Head Hill?
Is most magnificent. Lovely views. Worth visiting. Yes, by indeedity.
By indeedity.
No. Let me guess.
You need fine luxury guide to take you there in air-conditioned taxi.
Woe is me. Where can I find such a guide?
And Ultar is most luxurious guide for most literally some way, in any direction.
Gee willikers, lucky old me.
Are you desirous of my pleasant and luxuriant service?
All right,
yes,
let's go.
Sure.
First, I regret the formalities. A trip to the Bull's Head, $50 Yankee dollars, please.
$50? I don't have $50.
Oh, most unhappy event. Ultar, then sorry, but he cannot take you on ride of lifetime.
Hold on, Ultar. Is there nothing I could barter with you?
Word that it was so, beloved friend. But my taxi needs gas, and its muffler needs the muffler doctor. Trading for these things is not possible. My heart weeps for the injustice, but it's bucks or zip, or unfortunate American.
Well, I still don't have any cash on me, American or otherwise.
Oh, unfortunate, most extreme. The delights of the Bull's Head Hill then must wait, I fear.
Well, I still don't have...
Oh, the delight...
Okay, that's just gonna keep
See you
showing
around.
up like that then.
The outside of the ornate spittoon was beautiful. The inside wasn't. I hadn't felt a need to spit since I was 12.
Okay.
Hi. Nice club you've got here. I was wondering if you could help me. What? I mean, I beg your pardon? I'm sorry, but I don't understand.
No surprise there, all righty. He says sorry, but he not speak English.
But he didn't say anything.
He not have tongue.
No tongue? What happened?
It was bet.
And he lost.
He won. You should see other chappie. Oh, yes.
The spittoon was nearly full. What did they sell here? Drinks or expectorants?
I'll also go to the bathroom. See if there's anything in the bathroom worth.
Damn, the door's locked. I'm sorry? Did you say something?
He say you not to go in toilet. Read sign, matey.
Matey?
It lose something in translation.
By staring hard at the notice and squinting, I discovered I couldn't understand a word of it.
Okay. How can I go to the toilet then?
There wasn't much point in when I couldn't speak Arabic. Hello again, old friend. Could you tell me what that sign means?
It's a door stay shut until brush come back. Signed, the management.
Oh, well, what does that mean?
Manager buy lovely new toilet brush, leaves it by wash basin for 10 minutes. Come back, it been stolen. Not even out of wrapper. He damn cross. Lock up toilet and say, nobody use fine pristine toilet until brush given back. We say, what we do till then, eh? He say, cross legs and use superior willpower.
American Hound Retriever breed of dog with extremely kinetic features.
Use bucket.
That I made a mistake and the Benadryl I keep giving you won't maul me.
See you around, Ultar.
Interesting. You're in danger. Is that the toilet brush he's using?
Suddenly, I realized the horrific truth. The guy was basting the kebabs with a toilet brush. Hello again, sir.
Hello.
Well,
okay, I can't. What do I do? What do I do? I'll do something with the cat anyway.
Hi, Nijo.
Hello.
Is that your father lurking in the back of the stand?
He is indeed a roaring fellow. Ayub's his name.
You don't sound like you respect him very much.
Don't I? Not only do I respect him, I rather like him. For all his bluster, we get on very well.
Who's the guy selling the kebabs?
Oh, that's Arto. A miserable blighter to be sure, sir.
He doesn't seem very happy.
He never is. Day in, day out, a face like a wet Wednesday. Whatever one of those is.
Does he speak any English?
Not cogently, no.
Look, this is going to sound a bit strange, but I need Arto's brush.
What? The brush he bastes the kebabs with?
Yes.
Let me find some dirty postcards for you instead.
Nijo, this is serious. Arto stole that brush he's using from a friend, and I want to get it back.
Perhaps I could help you, old chap.
Maybe. You have to give him the ball, though.
Perhaps?
Maybe what? Perhaps. What?
I do not wish to seem mercenary, sir, but I am a merchant, and merchants trade.
Merchant? This isn't Sears and Roebuck here.
Well, if you're going to be disagreeable...
No, you're right. What would you like?
I seem to recall that you have something that might alleviate
Red
my
ball.
boredom. A globe of delight, a Rubicon spheroid of heavenly pleasure.
You mean the ball, don't you?
A tiny spherular form that barely spans my hand, yet promises hours of amusement.
If you mean the ball, why don't you just say so?
Can I have the ball back, mister?
The fuck?
All right, here you go.
Thank you, sir. People say bad things about Americans, but you're okay in my book.
What people? What bad things?
Never mind that now. Remember the brush?
Right, yes, the brush.
All you have to do with Arto is be polite. It lightens his day, makes it all worthwhile for him again.
How can I be polite to the guy when I can't speak a word of Syrian?
Arabic.
That's what I meant.
Simply memorize this phrase. Il ach il kalb.
Il akal kalb.
Close enough. Now, go over to Arto and deliver those honeyed words even unto his delicate ear. He won't be able to do enough for you.
Really?
Really.
Okay.
What do you know about that couple?
Oh, they're American.
Is that all?
The chap's a little odd. As for the lady, it's a funny thing. But I get
Suspicious,
the impression she's
yeah.
a lot cleverer than she's letting on.
I met an interesting guy earlier, a cab driver.
Ah, that would have to be Utar, a barbaric sort of chap.
Oh, he's not that bad.
You know how he speaks in Pidgin English? That's how he speaks in Arabic too.
That's not a very friendly cat you got there, Nijo.
No, sir. It is a very unfriendly cat.
Why do you keep it?
Oh, it's not mine. It just rests where it pleases. And today it pleases to rest there. As Kipling would say, it is a cat that walks by itself.
Fiercely independent.
And it smells.
So long,
Okay,
Nijo.
let's go talk to the kebab seller. And say the words.
Hello again, sir.
Hello.
Il akul kalb?
Filthy. Bad. I'll kill you.
Whoa, calm down. Feet, do your thing.
He actually has a knife and is chasing me. The brush is gone. Does that mean Nijo got it?
What the heck did you tell me to tell him?
Patience, sir.
Patience? Patience? I've been chased by a homicidal kebab seller, and you expect me to be patient?
But consider, sir, while you were running from the irate Arto wasn't using the brush.
Hold on. Are you telling me that I've been used as a diversionary tactic?
Yes.
Your brush, sir.
I can't believe that you put me on that kebab seller's death list for a toilet brush.
The ends justify the means, sir.
Yeah, but I noticed it wasn't your butt that was on the line, though.
They also serve who only stand and wait, sir.
Oh, spare me. Thanks for getting the brush and risking my life to do it.
Anytime. Glad to be of service.
They just
So long,
insult the
Nijo.
locals
Toodle pip, sir.
so badly that insult the locals so badly that words that he tries to kill you. That's a good thing to have happen.
Hi, Nijo.
Hello?
That's not a very...
No, sir.
Why?
Oh, as keep
Fierce.
and it's
So long, Nijo.
toodle.
Okay. You have to do something of something for the sake of something. We don't have to talk to the Americans. Pizza. Let's head back in. And let's give him the brush.
There wasn't much when I... Here's your brush, sir. It wasn't easy getting it back. The manager took the brush from me, gave me the toilet keys as my reward, and stomped off. What was all that about?
Manager, he say, bah, look at state of this. Need much cleaning and detergent before go around my, you bend.
He said all that?
Body language account for much, you know? Oh, yes, indeedy.
Okay, well, I guess we're just going to unlock the door. Ah, the very low squat
I thought
toilets.
the French had strange toilets.
Are French toilets strange?
I hadn't drunk anything since the morning, and I didn't need to use...
You should probably drink more being in Syria.
Oops. The mirror was as clean as anything else in there. It was a roller towel dispenser.
Now, this memory says I just have to keep using this till it breaks or something.
It was a...
Am I doing it right? Something in me says no. Do I have to use this to unlock it? Oh, I do. Oh, that makes sense.
There didn't seem much...
You have anything else to say, Oltar? Or do I have to go back outside?
Hello again.
Oh yeah.
What does this toilet chain mean to you?
You got brush back so you could steal chain? You sure strange cookie, mister, yes?
Look, I've got the keys to the toilet.
Is this life goal thing I read in GQ?
And the
Look
towel.
what I've got. The towel from the toilet.
What do you want with towel?
Well, I don't know yet, do I?
You sure a funny bod. Run around, collect things.
I mean, that's the
What
goal of
does
life.
Il
That's what being a
Acro-
magpie is.
Who teach you that?
Nejo told me to say it to Arto.
And Arto come after you with big knife, yes?
Yeah, how did you know?
I know Arto. You tell him in bad Arabic that his kebab's made from dog meat.
I said he was using dog food? No wonder he went crazy.
No. Ultar not mean meat for dog. Ultar mean meat of dog.
Oh. Ew. See you around, Ultar.
May good.
Okay, so I think I have to find something for Pearl. Something old that she would like. Nijo seems to be the center of all the problem solving in this. Oh. I know what to do now. Well, that was very much
Hi, Nijo.
specific.
Hello again, sir.
What does this toilet chain mean to you?
Are you building a bathroom in easy installments?
No.
Do you recognize these keys?
No.
So long, Nijo.
Toodle pip.
Okay, so that's that. So what is this on the ground?
The statuette looked pretty sorry for itself after its fall, chipped with both arms broken off.
It looks like it's old now, so you give it a Pearl.
Hello again, Pearl.
Why, hello, George. It's such a pleasure to see you again.
Are you interested in antiquities?
Am I? What have you got there, George?
How about this fine statuette?
Oh, George, that'd be ideal, except, I don't know. It looks new, George. You wouldn't be trying to make a fool out of me, would you, George?
Good God, no, Pearl. Nothing could be further from my mind.
I know what I have to do.
Pleasure.
I need to put the statue in the spittoon to age it, which is rather disgusting, but let's see how it works. Statue in there or not? What about statue in there or not?
I hadn't felt the need to...
Oh, how do I make it look worn?
Even if I'd want... I knew the door was locked.
Oh, you lock the door after you? Interesting. Do I use it with the toilet? No. Do I use it in the sink? No. Okay. How do I dirty up? How do I make the statue seem older?
In the still air. What do you make of this, sir?
Filthy!
Okay, okay.
Okay, he's still angry. How do I make this thing... Oh.
The grease paint had
the grease
worked
paint.
Magic. Now it looked like aged marble.
Well, Pearl?
Hello again, Pearl.
Wow.
What do you think of...
Oh, Matt, that's just what I've been looking for. Just one thing, though.
Oh?
It looks awful similar to that modern one you showed me.
Ah, well, that's because... You see, that's because the first one I showed you was a modern copy of this one. And I sought out the artist who'd done the copy and bought the original. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, George, how can you ever forgive me?
There's nothing
Fucking
to forgive.
accent.
Believe me. Would you like it?
Would I ever? I'm not carrying the money, though. If you go and find Dwayne, he'll pay you for it. If he gives you any trouble, just tell him that I want it.
I've got to go.
It's been a pleasure.
Well, let's go speak to Dwayne and ask him for the cash. It's gonna be $50 American. Oh my god, he's approaching you. Wide George Stobart.
What do you think of this?
Good gravy. Looks old.
Yeah, I had to turn this town upside down.
Boy, your luck's better than ours. Looks Roman.
I wouldn't know.
What'll they say back home? How much do you want, George?
Oh, I couldn't. It's the find of a lifetime. I mean...
$50. Take it or leave it.
I'll take it. Here you go.
And here you go.
Thanks for the money, Dwayne. This'll come in real handy.
I ought to be thanking you for finding this Roman statuette.
Okay.
Okay.
Count on it, George.
Now I can go give Ultar the 50. And then will he drive us? His car was having issues, so that might be an issue in and of itself. I'll have to figure out what we have to do
Hello
for
again,
that.
Ultar.
Praise be.
About Bull's Head Hill.
Are you desirous?
Well, maybe.
A terrific bargain. Only 50 of your Yankee bucks.
50, huh? Okay, it's a deal. Here's the cash.
Ah, most splendid. As you say, the cash price mullah is correct. Mister, we make with haste.
Where exactly is your taxi? Because the only vehicle I can see around here is an aging army surplus truck.
Yes?
Ah, okay. I'll be along in a minute.
He seems very excited to
Didn't
go.
seem right to take off with the toilet keys, so I left them on the bar.
Okay, Ultar, let's see what the bullshit you're going to put me through.
Hello again, Ultar.
His most splendid and adventurous client.
That's your taxi?
Oh, yes, most assuredly. Most entirely splendid taxi in all Marib.
It looks like an old army truck to me.
Bah! You Americans with your checkerboard caps and your jet hearses. You have lost sight of what a taxi should truly be.
About 4 tons by the look of it.
There, you have hit the nail in the nutshell.
Okay, already, let's go.
Regrettably not, most esteemed fair. There is a minor problem of a tiny nature. The fan belt has taken it upon itself to break.
So, what are you gonna do?
What can I do? I must wait for a ride to the garage for a replacement.
How long is that gonna take?
1 day, maybe 6.
I can't wait that long. We gotta get moving.
But how, my friend?
I'll think of something.
The
Is
towel.
this any use to you?
My friend, the very thing, yes.
Would a towel even work as a fan belt?
Thor took the towel from me, cut it in 2 lengthways, and gave me half back. With his half, he did the kind of fan belt replacement that's normally done with stockings.
Now, if I knot the ends together, so... Serviceable, yes? Very serviceable indeed.
Stockings might work on a Bentley, but on a truck, the coarse toweling did the job nicely.
Come along, my friend. You want to see the bull's head? Yes?
Yeah. A few hours later. Oh god, the pixels. Okay. Now, is this telescope view saying that someone's spying on me, or just to save disk space?
A young
Okay.
tree grew at the edge of the drop.
Are you gonna have to, like, rappel down or something? Sure, just take a fucking stick, why not?
I'd damaged that tree enough for one day. Centuries of hot days and cold nights had opened a crack in the cliff edge, deep into the living rock.
Living rock, eh?
I could see that crack would make a good anchor point.
No. 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 Okay, a good anchor point, but for what? What am I meant to do here?
I could see centuries deep.
It could make a good anchor point, but again, for what? What am I missing?
Maybe not. With a flourish, I tied the
Oh.
end of the towel to the stick with a textbook reef knot.
Okay, that looks like it's going to be for a torch, but...
Maybe not.
Or is it for that? Oh, it
I
is...
could see that crack would make a good anchor point.
Wait, why use the stick and not the metal bar?
Well, That looked really safe. But I had no choice. I hadn't anticipated going mountaineering when I'd come to Syria.
Yeah, use a small twig. Well, clearly that's something I can enter. Because that's on the animation layer.
Close up, the niche looked somehow artificial. I didn't like the idea of putting my hand in there. But hey, what the heck? I was only risking mutilation. No blade took my hand off at the wrist, and no scorpion stung me, for which I was very grateful. But there was something in there. A metal ring, as wide as my hand.
And fucking pull it.
I took a firm hold of the ring. I tried not to think of death traps, and pulled. Whoa there!
That was called a bracelet. Well, no, it was a pull, a pulley, a puller, a
Around
lever.
the corner, I found the corpse. Oh my God. Klausner? Large as life and twice as dead. I'd hardly had time to accept the fact when I heard the door mechanism start up again.
Or pulley ring, yeah.
Oh man, no! The door had slammed shut, trapping me. I had a bad feeling about how Klausner had died.
Let's have a look at the door, see if there's anything to do with it. Ha! Get trapped, American.
I couldn't help but notice faint, bloody finger marks on the rock, as if somebody had tried to claw their way out.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's have a look at Klausner, shall we?
Whatever had been in the bottle had been drunk. Klausner must have died of thirst and dehydration. Bullwhips might be handy for exploring ancient ruins, but they're no use when you're trapped in a cave. Klausner clearly fancied himself as a latter-day Indiana Jones. I searched the corpse. No portable phone, no demolition charges,
No
five-course
portable
meal.
phone.
You'd think
That definitely
international
dates it.
conspirators would go around better equipped. I've done more fun things in my life than searching a corpse, but as my life expectancy wasn't great, I figured I should try every new challenge that came my way. I cautiously flicked open the jacket. Hey, what's this? I'd found some kind of lens. A very old lens made from a very hard glass. That settled it. The knight on the manuscript.
Yep,
had
so there's
been
the lens we
holding
need to
a
put in the
lens whole
scroll.
time, not a crystal ball. There was nothing else in the pouch. I couldn't see any marks of violence, apart from his fingertips being scraped raw, and that seemed self-inflicted. Klausner had been pretty smart to get this far, but he was still dead.
Okay, well, we searched Klausner.
I couldn't take the inscription with me. All I could do was stare at it and try to memorize it. In Occidenta Cita Est
Or German Indiana
in
Jones.
Ora Mundi. Okay, that would have to do.
Oh god, I just thought of a thing. A German Indiana Jones making sure that the Americans and British don't steal archaeological and historical treasures from countries they've been to.
A stone head bearing 3 bearded faces. It was a strange image,
It's
but
the mirror.
a powerful one, redolent with antiquity and ancient mysteries. The mouth's opening. It must be Ultar. My God, if he comes in, we'll both be trapped. Ultar, don't come in! It's a trap! Stay where you are!
Nope. It's the assassin.
Hello, Mr. Stobart. We meet in the most unusual places. Please, do not make any sudden moves. I have no desire to maim you.
Did you say maim?
I did. Dead men tell no tales.
It's the assassin.
And I want to hear everything that you have to tell me.
And what if I don't want to talk?
Then I shall, most regrettably, have to kill you. Rest assured, however, that I am an excellent shot you would not suffer.
Oh, that's good. Believe me, I'm really assured.
It is rather dark in here. I think we should conduct our business outside.
Why should I make myself an easier target?
If I fire at you, Mr. Stobart, I shall hit you even in here. But, unfortunately, my marksmanship will suffer. It could be the difference between hitting you in the leg or the groin.
Boy, it sure is hot in here.
No sudden moves, Mr. Stobart.
Okay, well, out we go.
Now then, where shall we start?
How about being bosom buddies and you putting that gun away?
Klausner, do you know where he is?
Yep,
Yes.
He's dead. Just around the corner of the cave. You want to look?
I'll take your word for it. How did he die?
Starvation or dehydration by the look of it.
He was caught in this trap you were shouting about? Yes, I suspected as much. The Templars were not ones to give away their secrets lightly. Was he carrying anything of importance?
No, nothing.
So, why is this location important? What did the Templars hide here if not an artifact?
Well, there was something in Latin up on the wall.
Latin? Do you remember it, Mr. Stobart? What did it say?
In accidenta cita est, in ora mundi.
Ah, the words of Caesar. Yes, that makes sense.
Well, I know that roughly it means to the west, to the edge of the world. But what the heck is that about?
It tells me where the sword of Baphomet lies.
We have to go to
Mr.
England.
Stobart, I am sure that you are just what you appear to be. A gifted amateur.
Thanks, I think.
But I can no longer tolerate your interference.
England,
There is far more
yes.
at stake than you realize.
So what are you going to do?
I regret that we must end this here and now. Your only choice now is whether you die like a man or like a dog.
Okay, you're the boss. I'll take my medicine.
Which means that
You
it's
are
coming
an
home. Yeah.
honorable man, Mr. Stobart. A rare breed. I should like to shake your hand.
Yeah. Well, what the heck?
The hand thing, the buzzer. It comes in useful. The buzzer.
Luckily, the canopy on Ultar's truck broke my fall.
Thank goodness for that.
The worst part of the experience was Ultar's driving.
What about the lens? Is it still in one piece?
Oh, yeah.
Take
Well,
his pistol?
Good to see you again, Josh.
Really?
Maybe.
Well, I have to say, I'd have enjoyed Syria a lot more if you'd been there.
I wouldn't have been much help. Anyway, you did just fine on your own.
George still going after her.
Have you any idea what this lens might be used for?
As a magnifying glass, obviously.
I'd better get...
Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go to Montfaucon. We are going to save in number 3. How far in? 77%. So next stream might be the last one. But, yes, I want to come to ending, and thank you all for joining me. Let's raid the Maple, shall we? Let's raid the Maple. And everyone call him the Mr. Maple. Everyone call him our little Maple Leaf. But yes, thank you all, and I'll see you Monday. Take care.